stuff. It's Touhou World Cup. I got some people here. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Mino.
Hi, I'm Kana.
And hi, icterine.
Yeah. So we got PCB Lunatic scoring today. I just want to get that out there as quickly as possible. And we got two pretty strong players today also.
Yeah, okay, so on Team Spirit, we have Yu-suke, who is the current overall world record holder. He has been playing Perfect Cherry Blossom for over a decade. He started out with Phantasm and then moved over to Lunatic mode. On Team Harmony, we have SP0, who has been playing for a little over 5 or 6 years and has made some pretty decent results in Lunatic mode, but also has some hard world records as well. Both of these players have played in previous TWCs, 2021 as well as 2022, and yeah, both very skilled players, and a lot of cool stuff to see coming up.
Oh yeah. These are I would say probably the two best players in the world currently. So definitely quite a treat of a match. Who are we expecting them to use? I'm guessing double Sakia B personally, but you know, anything can happen.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Now we should probably go into, you know, how does this game work exactly? And of course, as usual, we have a couple of slides for that. Now, of course, everyone knows Touhou World Cup. It's an annual tournament kind of thing. I'd say it's more of a showcase personally, but nevertheless, it's a you could call it a tournament. Sorry, forgot to say we play on Lunatic or extra difficulty. Today we're doing Lunatic scoring, and what they are actually competing about is having the highest TWC score, because not all shots are perfectly balanced. For PCB in general, we have 120 minutes of reset time today, so 2 full hours of credits. So it's gonna be a marathon, but it's gonna be a very exciting marathon, I think. Alright, so we wanted to do mechanics. How does this game work?
How does this game work? Yeah, so I guess we're doing scoring, right? So they want to increase their score. There are a lot of different ways to increase your score in PCB. The 3 main ones we're going to focus on today are point items, border bonuses, and spell card bonuses. Why do we care about these 3 in particular? Because they scale with your cherry, or PIV. But what exactly is cherry, and what exactly is PIV? Well, if you're playing and you take a look at the bottom left of your screen, you're going to see the word cherry, as well as 3 different numbers. So the one in yellow is actually your PIV. We call it cherry or PIV, choose whichever one you want. To the right of that is another number, which is your maximum PIV. This number can actually increase compared to other games. You can increase it by having a border and grazing during a border. You'll be seeing them do unfocused grazing, because unfocused grazing gives more PIV compared to focused grazing. But how exactly do you get a border? Well, that's where that final number comes in. You see there's a number with a plus beside it. We call that cherry plus. This number ranges between 0 and 50k. When you reach 50k, a border activates, and then you can graze and increase your PIV. But then how exactly do you get cherry plus? Well, you get them from star items, cherry items, as well as shooting focused and unfocused. It actually depends on if you're shooting a boss or shooting stage enemies, so we'll get into that when the game actually starts.
Yeah.
Unfocused shooting generally gives more, so you'll generally see them extremely unfocused.
Unfocused a lot.
Oh yeah. Of course, this is our graph for today. Sakuya B being the strongest shot in terms of score, which means it has the least steep graph, and that's followed by Reimu B, Marissa A, then Reimu A and Sakuya A combined, followed last place by Marissa B.
So, go ahead.
Okay, I don't know about the Marissa B graph necessarily, but yeah, that's what we have to deal with. I don't believe I have to go into detail as to why I don't know about the Marissa B graph, because I don't believe anyone's playing Marissa B today. But nevertheless, yeah, it's something that we can go into like during our
The
own
actual
time.
gameplay.
Our own time.
And I just want to clarify, the 120 minutes is their start time. So that doesn't necessarily mean they have to finish the credits within the 120 minutes. It's just when they can start. So we have a lot of time to work with. We have a lot of time to explain everything as well. So just sit back, relax, and let's enjoy some super play.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the world feed should switch over soon enough.
So one thing you mentioned is you don't know which shot types they're going to use. But if you take a look at both players, they've pretty much used all shot types, so it's really a mystery what they're going to use. I think Yu-suke has the world record with all 6 shot types. And
He
then
does.
S.
He also has a sweep with he has a sweep in the Phantasm stage also, as well as record on both easy and extra mode. So yeah.
I suspect that Yu-suke is going to be playing Sakuya B because he has been doing some streams on Twitch lately and he's just only been playing Sakuya B. SP0, however, is a bit of a mystery. However, my gut instinct still says Sakuya B here. But I am
He's
down to
playing
be pleasantly
Sakuya B.
surprised.
It'll be funny if he somehow busted out Marissa B though.
Yeah,
On the shot time.
that's the one where you hurt your fingers by spamming shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think with that discovery in mind, the I score should, the TWC score should be like slightly higher for Marissa. I mean, slightly lower than Marissa B.
Okay, yeah, it looks like we're seeing double Sakuya B.
Yeah.
Anna, do you want to explain the strat?
Do I have to? Okay, so, this game is one of the 2 games, I think, maybe 3 games that have graze delay. So when a bullet spawns, you can't really graze it immediately, you have to wait a few frames. I don't know the exact frame data though. So this doesn't apply to lasers because for some reason you can graze lasers infinitely in this game. And the lasers spawn from the right of her, so let's just stand to the right and try hugging the laser as much as possible to get a lot of graze right at the start.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of precise focus taps that you have to do, so have fun resetting for this, Grace.
Yeah. So that's a strat explained, but can you explain yourself also?
Wait, what's left to explain?
Yeah, but can you explain yourself?
Explain myself?
Yeah.
The
I hope you
Nightmare
know that
Grace.
you're
You're
responsible
the
if you get
found it.
in stage 1.
I forget how I found it. I think I was just messing around. I'm like, oh, you can get some grays here, and then I just did pause buffering to get a good one, and then I went unpause buffer and tried doing it normally, and I got a few, and then I uploaded to Twitter, and then people started testing it out more.
Also, TSG chat.
Oh, chat, right. That's my bad. There.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, we got 30 seconds.
Yeah. They're chilling on the title screen. Bo is chilling on the
Practice mode.
yeah, practice mode.
Since we have 20 seconds left, let's just mention the replay thing early.
Oh yeah.
Anyone want to explain?
All right. So it's gonna be about the same thing as you saw in USD scoring last week. Basically, if you start a replay and exit out on the first frame, then you always have the same item table.
So, a question about that: do you have to exit on the first frame? Because in EOSD, you
Yes,
don't
you
need to
do.
exit on the first frame.
Yeah,
You can
I
wait.
think the
You have
reason
to.
is that the
Yeah.
random snowflakes on the background call the RNG, so you have to pause on the first frame.
Okay. And does it matter what type of replay they use? For example, can they
I
use
don't
a
think
Rainbow
so.
replay for? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, like I think the standard one that Spo uses is PND's former Sakuya world record. That always gives the best possible item table. I don't know what Yu-suke uses, but
So now you said best possible item table. What are they looking for?
what they're looking for is just 8 power items at the start here. That's the best possible item table.
And why do they need 8 items? 8 power items?
Basically, that item table just has like 1 extra power item compared to most other ones, and that also in turn allows them to get more power on the post section and yeah, just be able to get a more consistent run in general overall to yeah, because
I noticed they both have different power right now. One has 41, the other one has 40.
yeah, you can
Let's just
still
explain like what's going on. So yeah, you see that there's lots of unfocused shooting. You're also gonna get a good cancel now, and that's because the star items for the cancels give you Cherry Plus. And both players are about to get a border, and you can run around the screen unfocused for this graze. Yu-suke is extremely good at this. Yeah.
right, let's see.
You can also see that they stop shooting during their border. That's because during a border you can't get any Cherry Plus. And so shooting would just unnecessarily damage the boss, and you can sort of think of HP as a resource to get more Cherry Plus, so you want to preserve the boss's HP during a border.
Yeah.
SP0 got 20k on his first attempt, very good.
Yeah, very good. Streak will not be bullying him this year.
Also, one extra like caveat about the item table manipulation, it only preserves or only ensures that which enemies drop which power item and which items. It doesn't ensure anything about like where the items will spawn, so you still have to react to where the item spawn for the enemies that drop a ton of items.
So Spo entering with 119. 119 is the amount of power that is like the minimum amount of power that you want. Ideally, you want 120 or above, but 119 is still good.
They want like around 120 power because after soon you'll see them get a full power cancel, and yeah, you want to. We'll explain it later.
On Spo's screen.
This is a graze where you can like graze the cyan bullets before they expand. But like on the second wave, it's very awkward because you have to dodge the dark blue bullets at like point blank range, and you can get wall doing that. So yeah.
The spell is quite random, unfortunately. Yu-suke getting very good RNG there.
Again, you see them unfocused shooting for Cherry Plus. Yeah.
So,
the reason why they want 120 power now is because they want to do this trick where they collect the big power item and turn the small power items into cherry items. That is one very useful mechanic where if you go to max power, all power items on screen will become cherry items. So they use that to get a bit more Cherry Plus. And you might also saw them delay the collection of the power item because they want to also cancel a few bullets during the power cancel. Also, yeah, SP0 is a bomb. That's because bombs also turn bullets into star items, and he wants to get a board at the start of the next spell, which is why he bombs.
I don't believe Yu-suke. No, Yu-suke might go for Kanagraze. Spo does not. He does.
Yeah, he goes to the spot at the top left corner, and then
he does the reasonable version.
Yeah, this spell, the first wave is completely static, so you can memorize a path to the lasers to continue grazing them. Okay, Yu-suke on the insane graze.
Alright.
Nice, you got it.
Nice.
Very good. Although it's not.
Now, this is going to be the first
after
route difference between Yu-suke's and SP0's routes, where SP0 will capture this spell and continue grazing it, but Yu-suke will actually bomb it twice actually, to get a second border. This is going to be a very common pattern you're going to see. You're going to see them bomb twice, and to get a second border. That works because the bullet cap in this game is 1024, and each star item is worth 20 Cherry Plus. So you can get around 20k Cherry Plus per bomb, and with a bit more unfocused shooting, that's 50k Cherry Plus. And oh no, he broke his border early. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, he was trying to do the safe spot grace at the end of his border, before breaking it. But unfortunately, he broke it too early and lost a lot of cherry max. I think it's like 10k.
So for stage
Oh, his
2...
cherry plus is also very low. He might not end up getting his next one in the right place. Yeah,
Oh,
he would
yeah,
prefer
that's
to get
bad. That's
29.
bad.
Yeah.
For stage 2,
yeah, you can see what
obviously-
the intended strat is on SP0 screen, where he waits for a cherry item to spawn him and then starts trading all of these green bullets. And then finally, just gonna use another mechanic, which is that when the border ends, you get iframes, and you can use those iframes to escape from a situation like that. What just happened on Yu-suke's screen?
He failed.
Okay, this is
He failed the
bad.
timing. He failed the timing, but he still kept going.
Yeah, that border break sealed the deal.
Yeah. For reference, that border is supposed to give like 50,000 cherry max. No, actually no,
it gives 65k
yeah.
for these players. They're so good at it.
Yeah, for
they get next
for
border.
whatever reason, I confused it with cherry plus there.
So I noticed that he's shooting during a border, even though it doesn't give any cherry plus.
Yeah, that's because this stage is synced to the music. So basically, if you let Chen stay alive for longer, fewer enemies from the next section will spawn. So you want to kill Chen earlier. In fact, I think there's actually a very specific time you want to kill Chen on so that you get just the right number of enemies. Yeah, generally the only time you would shoot during a border is if you want to, if you care about the damage. And now he's gonna focus on managing his cherry plus very carefully because he wants to start this next border right now, or in a few seconds.
I think it was implied, but a very big part of this game is actually cherry plus management.
Yes.
So what is cherry plus management? Well, obviously it's sort of managing your cherry plus such that you time your borders correctly. The most common way that you see people do this is just try to shoot less during certain sections. Maybe use some focus instead of unfocused shooting, just in order to time the border perfectly, so that it activates. Also,
so if you might have seen this, might already caught on already, but the main goal in the early game is to farm your cherry max because that's basically your PIV, and yeah, you want to build up your PIV so that later on those point items, spell card bonuses, and border bonuses will give you a ton. And yes, Chen is a very good example of why Sakubi's playstyle of using bombs to get borders. Oh no, I just broke that border by accident.
that's
yeah.
bad.
So if you saw that, you might have seen earlier that he bombed this, and that this bomb gives you 20k cherry plus and gives you the border right away. And then you might have also seen him follow the lasers as it spawned, so that because again using the fact that you can continuously graze lasers. It only works for Sakubi because the screen clear could get rid of all the bullets, and so he could graze it laser. Also, yeah, I guess another mechanic we haven't mentioned explicitly is that if you get hit or press X during a border, that's called breaking a border. And when that happens, all bullets on screen will turn into these small cherry petals that give you a bit of cherry plus. Normally, in the early game, it's usually pretty undesirable because you want that border bonus. The border bonus doesn't just give you a score, but also increases your cherry max. And yeah, in the early game, there are very few places where you want to intentionally break a border. We'll see some intentional border breaks later.
Yeah.
Also,
so here's a pretty cool strat. He grazes the lane and then goes into this specific spot and he dies.
No. Aww.
Okay,
Is that intentional? Of course
No.
not. So the boss has a laser around her and it's active when she's on the center of the screen, so he tries dashing up to graze that laser. Telling you, lasers are great.
Yeah. Lasers are great in every game. They got
Unless you disappear while you're shooting.
nerfed in the later games, but lasers are still good. You're gonna see why lasers are great in about 2 weeks when it's time for wily scoring, but that comes later.
Linear. Alright, back to this.
So
he's gonna enter... Oh yeah, go ahead.
What I wanted to say about Sakubi and why she scores the highest in this game is that her bomb allows you to get a lot of extra borders that other characters would not be able to have. as demonstrated, when the bomb happens, every item on the screen just turns into star items. And this will be used to milk a lot of spells later on. And you might think that failing spells early on is a very bad thing, right? Because you want to get spell bonus. However, if you can justify it by getting more cherry max, which is your point item value, then you can profit later on with the extra value to all of your point items as well as future spell bonuses.
Yeah. In an early version of the slides, I called the Cherry Max the effective piv because that's what players generally pay attention to. But of course now it's maximum piv instead because that's more accurate. Anyways, I like to call it effective piv because that's what you want to pay attention to, really raising up, while just Cherry is kind of second nature, and it like fixes itself usually if you play properly.
Yeah, Cherry not being equal to Cherry Max is only relevant in like a few places in the game, and yeah, for all intents and purposes, you can consider Cherry Max to be your PIV for most of the game.
One thing I don't think we spoke about is the cherry items. So how do they actually increase your cherry plus? We mentioned they increase it, but we didn't mention how, and how they're related to spell cards.
Yeah, so they increase your cherry by a base value of 1000. However, for every spell that you capture throughout the game, that value increases by 100. And obviously, they increase your cherry plus and your cherry, most notably your cherry plus. They will be quite important for routing purposes. And that also includes with spell caps. Yeah.
Wait, what? 24k?
I mean, 24k is not even that unusual for Yu-suke.
Oh my god. He got 220k, so I thought, oh, something's going on. I guess the nerves are gone now.
Yeah. He's gotten... I think he got 25k 3 times in a row during Stream once. Very recently.
Damn. His chibi is like almost 27k, it's absolutely insane.
Is there a clip of the 27k? I'd love to see it.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, item auto-collecting. We'll mention it the next time it happens.
Yeah. So... Yu-suke is infamous for waiting out dialogues. Probably because he's talking to chat or whatever usually, but or just taking a breather in general. But that's one of the things he's infamous for, just reading dialogue. Spo getting 21k on cross columns, very nice.
Yu-suke is also known for timing down like literally everything. Like you see him timing down this non-spell for Graze, and although the Graze is not during a spell card or during a border, it's still useful because the grazing increases your star item value, just like in EUSD. It's not star items aren't a huge source of score, but there's still something, especially at the level Yu-suke is at.
Yeah. Yu-suke, just to talk about the player Yu-suke in general, he's, he kind of picked up the game where Naya and HS had left off and just completely blew it wide open, like they had done earlier.
Yeah, I mentioned how back in like 2013, I think even a little before that, he just mained Phantasm. He just like got all of the Phantasm world records. And when he started out on Lunatic, he actually started with Reimu B, and he started steadily increasing the record until I think it was New Year's on 2016 when he when he got the Reimu B overall. Well, at the time it was the overall world record because Sakuya B was also at 3.6. Really crazy live stream. I was actually there.
Stop
that was my first Yu-suke stream.
Nice.
He's got this 3 in a row. Wow.
Dang, this is like unusually good for him, I think. Usually,
although Yu-suke's like high score is like the only 4 billion, it's like way above SB0's, but like that's not to say that SB0 has no chance. SB0's like main advantage is his consistency and his knowledge of backup routes. SB0 is like very knowledgeable about backup routes, and that's very important in a live setting like this. I think from what I've seen, Yu-suke seems to mostly improvise his backups, which sometimes works, but sometimes also not always.
Yeah,
that was a successful grace, by the way. He went up into the safe spot and broke to the laser. Well, not the laser, but probably bullets. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to look anyway.
Yeah, and you can see Yu-suke with like over 410k cherry max into stage 2, which I think no other player's ever done.
Yeah. He's down 2 bombs to standard route though, which is where sort of the main routing difference between these 2 players will come from.
So I want to point out something. A lot of the grazing in this game is deceptively difficult. The first border that you get on this stage sounds pretty simple. You're just streaming a lot of green bullets. However, it is paramount that your taps are extremely precise. And if they are not precise, you can easily lose thousands of cherry max. And what some players like to do is they like to bottom drag by holding down on the bottom of the screen in order to make sure that their horizontal speed
is suicide, by the way.
Yeah. It's for this power.
Well, the power cancel actually isn't the primary purpose. He doesn't need the extra cherry plus. What he needs this suicide for is to enter boss Chen with 4 bombs. This is the stage 2 route Yu-suke uses has to change a lot because of the missing bombs compared to SB0.
Oh, can we talk about that motion with Sakuya-B?
Yeah, basically, the damage and cherry plus game in this damage and cherry plus gain in this game is actually pretty complicated. So, there's a mechanic in this game called damage cap, which is that if you deal too much damage on 1 frame, it'll get capped to the maximum. And what Yu-suke was doing there was to shoot at the boss diagonally, and what that does is avoid a damage cap because the shots ended up hitting on separate frames. So you're doing the same amount of damage, but it's spread over different frames so that you avoid a damage cap. So that's why he does it. So how does it work? So the thing with Sakuya-B's shot is that, as you might notice, it like aims in the direction that you're moving in. But there's actually some exceptions to this rule. For example, the shot angle actually only updates if you are holding Z. So if you release Z in the middle of your shooting, your shot angle will not change. So he's basically pressing Z and then releasing Z afterwards to go move in the opposite direction, and that locks the shot angle while being able to move back and forth still.
Yeah, pretty giga-brained.
Yeah, most difficult border in the game, by the way. Stand still for 1 wave and then tap, and then do a little tap to the side for the other.
Oh yeah, yeah. So SB0 actually gets his border a little bit later, and that allows him to graze not only the blue bullets aimed around you, but it also lets him graze the red-yellow aimed bullets afterwards. And although Yu-suke can't graze the red-yellow wave because he wants to bomb it for cherry plus. Yeah, it loses a little bit. Yu-suke's route loses a bit of cherry max, but it's kind of necessary for his route, and his route is still a net gain over SB0's.
Yeah. So for reference, Yu-suke is going to bomb this first non to get an extra border over what he usually would have gotten, or rather what Spo gets.
Want to point out real quick also, there is an interval after the bullet's clear where you can actually graze the laser that's spinning around Chen. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Alright, next border. This one. I think you've all seen this one already. It's another screaming border. Now, if you're ballsy, you can also go up here and stream it for a little bit again.
Yeah, this is another route difference with Yu-suke's route. Yu-suke actually gets bombs and gets a board on the first non-well, SB0 just shoots unfocused, and then but then that makes Yu-suke's Cherry Plus lower into his transfer spell, so then he has to bomb twice on transfer spell to get the board in the same place. And now you're gonna see SB0 like suicide and bomb a total of 3 times, because he wants to get a board at the start of the next spell.
Alright, let's see if he gets the strat this time. Yu-suke with the early activation, unfortunate.
I think Yu-suke actually intentionally activates it early, because if he doesn't activate it early, his suicide becomes at an awkward timing, and it basically forces him to lose bullets onto his next bomb.
Oh, fair enough. Oh no!
Oh,
No.
A spell.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's a scary spell.
But the run's still okay?
Yeah, this is an perfect example of how SB0 knows his backups so well. Like I've never seen him make this mistake before, but I can tell he has something in mind to make up for it.
Yeah.
Like that, normally you do not bomb that. You actually normally capture this spell for spell bonus.
Yeah.
In fact, here you can actually see the mechanic of increasing your spell bonus on Yu-suke's screen. Your Cherry Max isn't very high yet, so you're not going to see a massive spell bonus, but you can still see it increasing over time.
Alright, we're approaching the cool stage. My favorite stage in the game, and my favorite boss fight.
Yeah, rip.
Oh,
No!
Rip spell.
maybe next time.
I cursed
Rip
it!
spell. Rip spell.
Unfortunate. For that spell, do you normally capture it or do you bomb it?
You know, with these routes, with the routes that these players are using, they have to capture it.
I see.
With lower scoring routes, you can afford to bomb it, which is very nice.
Yeah,
Because it's
they
actually
have
difficult
capture
for a
it.
final stage 2 spell.
yeah, it all...
Especially difficult in focus.
It all comes down to, you know, your spell bonus counter. Because, again, you need to capture a certain amount of spells before the late game in order for the routes to work.
I want to point out that Yu-suke is actually dodging unfocused here, shooting unfocused, even though it is a risky spell, just because it's very important to get that Cherry Plus. Now, one thing you can do is you can stop shooting and focus move in order to make tricky dodges before going back to unfocused shooting, if you have to do that. One of those PCB things.
One quick question about unfocused shooting. So does it matter when you shoot, or does it matter what state you are when the bullets touch the boss?
I'm pretty sure it's whether you're focused or unfocused when the bullet hits, or when your shot hits. Yeah, that was some pretty scary dodging Yu-suke's screen, but he's finally out of stage 2.
Stage 3 time, yay!
Time for me to rave on about how good this stage is.
And time for me to complain about Alice existing.
Hey, that's valid. Although I disagree. Okay.
The most difficult stage in the entire game. Other than
So
stage
this
1, of course.
stage has a lot going on. At the start, they're going to want to kill these enemies and then start their border, because the mid-boss actually comes in almost instantaneously. There are actually 2 mid-boss appearances in this stage. The first mid-boss features a spiraling Super Graze.
You're gonna again see the 2 bomb another border pattern here, but like this one is actually pretty tight to get the second border on, especially if you're Yu-suke and delay the first border for more Grace. Holy shit, that death bomb.
I noticed that they stopped shooting during a bomb. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, that's because when you're shooting during a bomb, you actually cannot get Cherry Plus from shooting. Yeah, that's basically it.
And as you can see, when Yu-suke gets the border, Alice's health bar is almost gone, so if he had shot, then wouldn't have been able to get the border.
Yeah.
This is a section where Sakuya B's aiming is very useful for collecting items.
Yeah, this stage is pretty intense with the huge aimed stuff at you. Now we've got our second mid-boss.
And there's another Grace that works because the spell is completely, this non-spell is completely static aside from Alice's movement.
Now might be a good time to mention that after your border finishes, you actually get a few seconds of iframes, and you're going to see it used here.
It was actually used on stage 2 earlier, but but this one is gonna be it's a little bit less use of iframes. Yeah, we're just gonna use iframes to go through Alice.
To go through and to go back down. Yep.
Its main use here is actually to like shoot Alice for a little bit longer, but it's not really necessary still.
Now we
And now
see
onto
evil spell.
Yeah, the mid-spell. Alice has a gimmick on some spells where she shoots out these dolls that that when he'll drop enemies, and this is important here because he's gonna collect these cherry items and get another border. Oh no!
No, okay, so
This one's not dead. He can back this up.
Did he die to bug or a bullet?
No, a bullet.
Yeah,
The spell-
This one continued.
the spell is very random. It sucks and I hate it.
Especially bad at Sakibi because her unfocused shot is like piss weak and struggles to kill the enemies on the spell.
I'm assuming that bomb is not intentional. Like he used it because.
Yeah, it's a backup.
Mhm. I feel like that cancel is a bit low because she went to
Yeah,
the
it
side of the
is.
screen.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
Unfortunate.
was high enough.
So this is a place where you will see. I mean, stage
Okay,
3
no, it's fine.
post is where you will definitely see borders being activated due to cherry items. So this is a very late border. So
It's a
he's-
very late border, but there's a way to salvage this. The thing is that from Yu-suke's recent streams, I don't know if it's going to do the optimal backup. Like, I think there's a... Whatever, I'll get to it when we see it.
Right.
So there's gonna be a lot of bombs on this mod.
Yep. Yeah, in fact, Alice is like even better example of than Chen of why Sakiabi's bombs are so good.
Yeah.
I think he's skipping the safe spot raise.
To be-
There actually is a way
fair-
to still do the safe spot raise. I don't know why he doesn't do it.
I'm pretty sure that's. Oh god, that's bad.
Oh, bruh.
So, well, actually, it might be unintentional, but
It's not intentional.
It's not. Probably not intentional because like he lost the SCP from Bunraku, so now
Yeah,
he has
he needs to capture this spell, and so he's fine with entering with 0 bombs. So, and there should be a way to actually do the safe spot raise, but I don't know why he didn't do it. Yeah, so normally he actually bombs this spell twice to get to again show the like border 2 bombs another border technique. But he failed the mid boss spell, so he has to capture this because he needs 6 spell caps entering stage 4.
Yep. So I wanted to mention that the Reimu B route also technically resource dumps to Alice, but not nearly as much as Sakiabi does.
Yeah, the other shot types they do a bit of resource dumping, but they still only get like a total of 5 borders. While Sakiabi, if everything goes well, can get actually 9 borders.
Yeah.
That's
Suicide.
intentional. He wants to suicide because he wants to bomb the hell out of this spell. He's gonna use a total of 4 bombs on this spell. Yeah, he can also like run around the clumps of bullets for grace. This is another spell that requires a lot of reacting to randomness in order to optimize grace on.
Alice is very
And,
random.
Yeah, this is another example of Alice's dolls dropping items when killed. And in fact, because the bomb also does a tiny bit of damage to everything on screen, each of these bombs actually gives like well over 20k cherry plus because of all the cherry items from the enemies that are killed.
Do the enemies drop the same item every time, or is it like on a table?
These items are also based on the item table, so they're random. Yeah, and you're gonna see a pretty cool grace at the start of the next novel.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets it. This is super
Does he have enough?
precise. Sadly, this is super precise. You basically
Yeah,
wanna.
this shirt was a bit
basically
low.
wanna.
I don't know if you can do it.
No. Oh.
Oh, you
Oh.
got it there. Yeah,
Oh,
basically use
wow.
the suicide iframes to go inside the center of those red bullets, because the red bullets don't fully go back into the middle when they fall inwards, and you can graze when they go inside.
Yeah, it's pretty precise. You need to suicide basically the exact millisecond that the timer reaches 44. The timer in the top right corner. If you're slightly too late, then you get almost nothing.
Wait, why is he bombed this twice?
Hmm.
I think he
Um,
forgot his route.
Oh no.
Bruh.
Yeah.
He was supposed to
shake.
bomb this spell, and you're supposed to get aboard the start of this spell, and then
He just
bomb
lost
twice.
some
I don't know what he's gonna do now.
He just lost
Will he
some
have to like
rays.
time out the next spell? just to not get a border by mistake?
I don't know. I think he's just gonna dish the second border on Dispel.
No, he's
Sakia B is
going
pretty
for mine.
flexible though because of just how powerful her bomb is, so you can still kind of squeeze out Cherry Plus if necessary.
Wait, but like I don't know how he's gonna enter stage 4 with one fewer bomb. Like that just kind of destroys your route. Okay, I guess that technically worked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now he doesn't need to with that border break. He doesn't have to bomb to get a border on Dispel. So I guess he's unintentionally back on route. Though that is a massive loss. He basically lost 2 borders.
Yeah. He is he's not that far behind his PB. Well, he
is because like not only is he missing 30k Cherry Max, he's also missing a life, and lives in this game are increase your clear bonus, and it's a pretty substantial amount. It's 30 million per bomb.
Yeah. So like for a tournament setting, this is still good, but yeah, considering his route and like what he usually gets into stage 4 if he plays competently, yeah, he's about 60,000 behind what he usually has here. 60,000 Cherry Max. So anyway, stage 4.
I usually see him practice the stage 4 taps early, but I guess this time he's not doing it.
This is in all honesty not a very good stage 4 entry, but stage 4 is a very amazing stage, so still gonna be a feast to watch.
So stage 4. Let's see what he does in stage 4, shall we?
Here's the practice taps.
Those who have seen it, they know. But if you haven't, fucking
enjoy.
Start it, please. Okay.
Yeah, the first thing he's gonna do is focus bomb, and this bomb is gonna give him enough Cherry Plus to start a border right away. Now he's gonna start grazing all of these aimed bullets. It's a massive increase in Cherry Max. Just watch the number rise. And he's gonna actually break this border intentionally because there's so many bullets on this section that if you break a border on certain places, you'll actually get one back right away from all the cherry petals. Oh no, this Cherry Max for this is low. Not the end of the world, but like kind of sad.
Very, very low C+. Yeah, can't do the second one.
Yeah, he's only supposed to delay his. You gotta delay a second border here. Okay, he lost a ton of grace, but he had to break that border anyways to get back on track. So yeah, previously in the early game, you didn't see many intentional border breaks because there just weren't enough like sections where you could both take advantage of a massive border break and get a ton of grace. But like that stage 4 opener is like the perfect situation because not only can you get a ton of it's off route. Yeah, so not only can you get a ton of
dropping items, no, dropping.
Oh no. He somehow backed it up, but he somehow backed on round.
This is amazing.
This is early.
Okay, this is awful. This is really bad, actually. He normally supposed to keep that border throughout this entire like red bullet graze, but he got it early and lost a lot of graze. Now there's this bomb because he needs to get enough Cherry Plus into the mid boss Lily. Though honestly, I don't think he needs that bomb because he got some unintentional extra cherry items from the mistake. So
don't tell me he gets it early. I think he knows.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, that's another example of Cherry Plus management, like dropping items intentionally just to make sure you don't get the border early.
You can also see that he does like these series of side steps at a very specific height to get border graze.
Yeah.
This really is another mid boss that you want to speed kill because the section afterwards drops more items if you kill it early. Okay, this section is really cool. So first off, all the bullets in this section are aimed to in at least some way, so he can like sidestep graze for border graze. And he's gonna again do more border chaining. He's gonna break the border and collect some items to get another border. And here you're also gonna see the usage of the borders auto-collecting items because it's very hard to collect all the items here manually, and the border allows him to collect all of them while also grazing, so it's very handy.
Oh yeah, there's actually a border later that's basically exclusively used for item collection. I mean, of course Yu-suke is gonna grace it also, but that one's mainly for item collection, but it's, again, later.
Oh, I wonder if we've pointed this out yet, though, but in this game, in order to get points at max value, you have to stay above the point of collection line, and you can tell if the player has managed it if the text is yellow.
That's really
if
bad.
the text is white, then that means that they have...
This happened like 2 years
value.
ago too, very unfortunate.
You mentioned that if the text is white, it means that they didn't get them at max value.
Yeah,
is
they
there like
didn't get
a
it
fake white or something? I remember hearing something
Yes,
like...
there is. It's a very subtly, barely known mechanic.
right.
Oh, okay, this is a train wreck. Yeah, he's supposed to get a border here, but he didn't get it, so this is really bad.
Still,
This is
1
really
billion
bad.
already.
Yeah, he intentionally broke the border because he wants to bomb right away, and you can't bomb during a border. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's item collection in this game is like there's a bit of subtlety to it because you want to. If you POC an item, like it's not guaranteed to be at max value because whether the item is at max value or not is based on the item's height, not your height. So. You can actually POC an item and have the item like reach you while it's still below the POC line, so then it will not be collected at max value. And yeah, you can tell if an item was collected at max value or not based on whether the text was yellow or white. And I think not collecting at max value is like a massive penalty. It's something like 75% less. It's worth something like 75% less. It's a massive loss.
I have heard that stage 4 is the only acceptable stage for the players to get a grade item in, but I mean...
Honestly, you actually see a lot of grade items in stages 1, 2, and 3 because like the point items aren't worth that much yet, so it's fine to grade them. But yeah, in stage 4 and onwards, you'll start to see them like really try not to grade items because he's looking at that cherry
This is a really
Is
cool grace
PIV
also.
okay?
It's
His PIV seems to be a bit busted.
Yeah.
There's like a plus now. What's going on there?
Yeah, there's a bug where above 1 million cherry, your display bugs out. There's actually a tool to fix this, but Yu-suke just doesn't use it for some reason.
It looks
Must
cooler
have
this way.
Yeah, it's kind of like UFO score bug. Anyways, yeah, this graze works because Merlin shoots these like single lines, double lines, and then triple lines. And he does a series of sidesteps so that he like sidesteps around the double and single lines and micro dodges between the triple lines.
Yeah. After this comes another cool grace.
Lasers.
Yes,
Lasers.
he actually got this border early, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, you can spin around these lasers for grace, and it's actually very precise to maximize the grace from the spin, and I think it's still a bit of a mystery as to how this grace works.
Yu-suke is handling it well though,
Yeah.
and now obviously he's going to time it down for a more passive grace.
Will he do the start border for the next bell? Yes, there's a bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, we get more lasers at the start of the next bell. Even though they look like notes, they're actually, I guess they're lasers.
Yeah, they're basically lasers. They work like lasers. So what we are talking about is this. He's gonna get a nice and big cancel here. That allows him to activate a border here. Yeah, good. And Grace is
not that border early. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
he actually
extended
reverted
grace.
to his god strat. He, for whatever reason, yesterday he wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
grace
I
strat.
thought he abandoned his strat because like the main difficulty in that strat is that you have to deal with the random position of the red nodes, and sometimes you can get walled by them. So I thought he was going to drop that strat as a result, but he
so
didn't.
this spell here, it looks pretty simple because it's just streaming. However, do not be fooled. This is an extremely evil spell card.
Oh no, he killed it early.
So this was an
we still
example
got 29
of
minutes, pretty
timing
good.
down the spell card in order to get more spell bonus.
Using a bomb here.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the reason what I wanted to actually, I guess we could talk about this, Non.
This is another streaming one, but it's not easy.
So,
It's actually
one
harder than it
little
looks.
quirk is that you can actually go up and like graze on the outer perimeter of this red wave before it unfolds. It's really cool and gets a lot of cherry max.
Yeah, he's not on his usual route because of the stage 4 death earlier, so he's doing some backup bombs to get his cherry plus back on track. And you're gonna see that suicide's intentional because he wants to bomb the upcoming spell. And the upcoming spell has a really cool strat.
Yeah.
It's my favorite spell card.
So he does this focus on at a very specific timing. And
Dusseldorfer at a high level is quite something.
Yeah, he goes inside of the wave with his border bomb iframes, and then border grazes from the inside out. And then after his border is about to end, he goes inside the ring and then breaks it.
Yeah, breaks it and just repeats the whole motion.
Yeah, with that border break gives a ton of cherry plus, and he can just repeat the cycle. And then the border break actually has a second very important component, which is that it recovers his cherry value. So one of the main things that causes your cherry to drop below the cherry max.
Okay,
oh no, you broke it early. Yeah. So basically, one of the things that causes your cherry to drop below your cherry max is bombing, and it subtracts a percentage of your current cherry value. So if your cherry is very high, like it is on Yu-suke screen, the bomb penalty is going to be very significant. So he's going to sort of border breaks help make sure that he doesn't lose his cherry too hard.
Yeah.
In fact, one small detail is that most sources of cherry plus in this game increase your cherry and cherry plus at the same rate, but border breaks for some reason are an exception, where the small cherry items will increase your cherry plus by 30, but increase your cherry by 100. So each border break there gives a ton of cherry back.
Did we mention item cap on the previous spell? I guess we can talk about it the next time we come to the spell.
Yeah. Next time.
If we remember.
Yeah.
There's so much going on.
Yeah. There's a great strat on the previous spell that we didn't have time to explain. Anyways, yeah, this spell is pretty scary, but like near the beginning, there are actually clumps of bullets that spawn in somewhat predictable locations that you can graze, so kind of saw Yu-suke do that. He's gonna time this down for grace. I really hope he doesn't. He's like lost at least 2 runs.
I really hope he does not. Please don't
he's
time
lost
this
2
shit down,
runs
dude.
to dying to a spell.
Yeah.
It's really sad, and it's worth like almost nothing, so I don't know why he does it.
Nice.
Okay, good.
Alright, we've reached stage 5.
And that spell gives me a heart attack every time.
I'm scrolling through Spo's P&D page right now to sort of see an equivalent pace.
He just missed. He just dropped
I'm really hoping that Spo can get a run going in.
Oh yeah, he's stuck in early game.
Although we do have a long reset timer, you also have to remember this game is very long. There's a lot of timing down boss patterns. The stages are really long and slow. So it takes about like 50-ish minutes to complete a score run of this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Yu-suke is not on a very good run right now because of those stage 3 and stage 4 mistakes. I mean, they're just way too costly.
I mean, he's about 3.5 pace, I would say. And that's totally me being familiar with PCB paces and not looking at a web page on my second monitor.
Okay, so this is the border that you talked about getting items for.
Yeah, I mean, you can do some grazing, but you can't get much. So like that border is mainly there just for the item collection. Because this is where it gets really relevant. It's always been relevant, but this is where it gets really relevant because now each item is obviously worth, as you can see, 1.3 million points. As you can see on the cherry meter.
Also in the early game, you might have seen them get a lot of border bonuses because of the 10,000 cherry max, but here they're actually going to get border bonuses, but for a different reason, which is that border bonuses give you score in addition to cherry max, and it's 10 times your cherry, so equivalent to 10-point items, and the border bonuses are a huge source of score.
Yeah.
Okay, so these non-spells right here are actually quite misdirectable. So you can actually completely aim those big waves away from you so that you can graze these. The blue waves are aimed at you, and the red waves are aimed around you.
A small thing you know is that Yu-suke actually does a different border timing than everyone else that gives like 2,000 more cherry max. Most people time their border earlier and use their border iframes to go through the like blue-yellow wave, but Yu-suke actually delays his border so that he can graze around them. That is just one of the many micro optimizations that
one
Yu-suke
thing
does.
I want to point out now, just because it's probably going to be relevant on Yomu, is that we mentioned before that timing down spells will get you spell bonus if you are grazing, and the amount of spell bonus you actually gain depends on your cherry. Now, in the late game, when you have a lot of cherry, even patterns that don't have that many opportunities for graze can still get you a decent chunk of spell bonus, like even if you're only just doing some stray grazing, simply because of how high the cherry is. Now, we will see some crazy milks on stage 6, of course, but you might be seeing some on stage 5 as well, because Yu-suke usually tends to time down Yomu's patterns for those extra millions. It is very risky because Yomu's patterns are quite random and chaotic, but he has no fear.
He also has no choice.
It's also important to, or not that important, but it's useful to know that spell bonus in this game decreases very slowly, so it's pretty much always worth it to time down your spells for grace.
Oh my god.
Oh no! That's actually really bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. That border is worth a lot also, but it's also super easy to break, so very unfortunate.
It's also
He died again.
It's also extremely precise as well. It's another example of a graze where it's easy to lose thousands of cherry on if you're just not precise enough.
In that case, actually, like tens of thousands of cherry max if you don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
it might be. I hope we're not implying that grazing suddenly isn't as important anymore. Trust me, it's still important because, you know, still increasing cherry max means increasing your border bonuses.
Oh, absolutely.
What is he? He's deviating from his usual route. Interesting. Yeah, normally he would actually break that border and then bomb to get a second border.
I think he's skipping 5.5 border because he doesn't have full power.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I do want to say that even though these players are having a tough time, that should not say anything about their skill level. These are both brilliant players. Touhou World Cup in general is a pretty unforgiving environment for an STG type of game.
Oh yeah. Because
PBs have taken a lot of grinding, so it's very hard to get a good run in a live setting like this. Especially in a
question mark.
Especially in a game where like some mistakes just completely trash your run.
Yeah. The thing about STGs is, I'm guessing most people already know this, but even just clearing is a challenge run in and of itself. Let alone, you know, no bombs and score runs and all that.
This is an interesting use backup that Yu-suke is doing, but I don't know if it's worth it because, like, as we've mentioned before, bombing kind of destroys your cherry just into this game. So I don't know if that extra border is going to be worth the cherry loss.
Oh, on this non-spell here, there's actually a little safe spot with those giant waves. They actually aim around you, so you can go high up and just stand still to get some graze. The knives are aimed at the player though, so there is a little tap that has to be made as to not die.
Well, Yu-suke actually does a different graze here than everyone else, where he does his word at a different timing, and that timing actually requires you to do a bit of movement to make sure, to one, make sure the bullets don't hit you, and two, to basically graze more during the end of your border by going closer to the source.
Right.
You can see how near the end of the border he like goes really close to the source of the bullets and then uses his iframes to get out.
Clever.
Yeah.
A key cautious cancel, but I don't think that really matters.
Yeah. As long as he, keeps shooting unfocused, which, it's Yu-suke, he should still be able to get the 2 remaining borders in the stage. Even if just barely. Okay, now he's gonna get the 2 remaining borders for sure.
I am actually praying that there is no game over.
Please see.
Yeah.
Please see.
The thing is that Youmuu's patterns are usually not considered, or this pattern in particular is not considered that difficult in survival normally, but like in scoring you have to shoot it unfocused, and that also means taking long time to kill it, so that makes it very difficult.
Oh yeah.
This pattern here is at least a little bit chill. I don't want to jinx anything, but...
Well, the thing is that it actually gets kind of scary near the end because the rice bullets get faster over time.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Just higher and higher APM on the rice bullets. APM, that's probably the wrong term. But, oh dear. Yeah. As you can see, it's kinda...
Yu-suke is actually extremely good at dodging. He's not just known for his insane grazing and cherry plus management, it's also his insane dodging, as you can see.
Yeah. Yu-suke, if anyone knows what he's doing.
How difficult is this graze he's doing over here, where he like jumps up onto the waves? Like
yeah,
timing-wise.
It's pretty difficult.
I don't see many people do that. Graze.
Yeah, SP0 is pretty much the only other person who does it. But it is worth quite a bit. You can get like 1,000 graze on this spell if you play it well, and I think that should translate to like around a 20 million spell bonus.
Yeah. At the level that Yu-suke is playing at, he kinda has to do it. So, well, here we are.
You can also see him like going a little bit away from the center to misdirect the bullets slightly, so they're not like aimed directly downwards, and that's useful because that means you can just go straight up and down during the graze rather than having to do your diagonal movements.
Oh, he actually got the border during the spell.
That's honestly kind of expected on this route. It's extremely difficult as Reimu B, but as Sakya B, like it's like kind of guaranteed. Well, not really guaranteed, but like not that insane. Yeah. Insane dodge.
Let's go finally on stage 2.
Gonna go for those extra grazes.
How much would Spo get on green section? Let's find out.
What's he at right now? 37?
It's like 378.
378. 378 up to 443.
Wow.
How much is that? Is that like 65? 65, I think.
Yeah, 65, that's like pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's probably like average for SP0 standards.
Yeah. Yu-suke stage 6, yeah. After the dialogue.
Let me quickly check what pace Yu-suke is on.
He's at 197, so yeah, I'd say low 3.5.
Yeah. His cherry max is honestly pretty low.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's like 200k below his BB. That's gonna translate to like
also the splits that I'm referencing right now. They're even 70k below that.
Bruh.
Yeah, so 3.5 might be probably out of the question at this point. But who knows? Yeah, honestly, it is out of the question.
Like, maybe like 50 million more from like insane graze on Yuko, but
yeah, maybe like 3.3 or 3.4 is the pace.
This non-spell works a little bit differently than it does in stage 5, so you will not be seeing the players misdirect it.
We can still do this like red blue bullet graze. He also does this insane graze. Yeah, he like goes zigzags up through the blue yellow wave. No one else does it.
Yeah. So, after this upcoming mid spell, you're gonna see Yuyuko, and we'll get into detail on Yuyuko once we get to her. But you know, Yu-suke stalling for Grace, passive Grace even.
Yeah, and so late into the stage that it's worth almost nothing.
I mean, to be fair, passive Grace is still a flat small amount of score for every bullet that you graze.
I think even if you include the like star item value, it's only like 4,000 score per graze effectively, so it's still like pretty negligible.
I mean, Yu-suke can average 40,000 graze in one run, so like that's what? How much? It's definitely a few tens of millions at least.
Yeah, but
Alright.
like pretty much the like straight grazing on the non-spells is like not that significant portion of that. It's only maybe like a few thousand in total. Well, maybe not a few thousand, maybe like 5,000 total.
All right, chat. Prepare for a long and wild ride. Yuyuko is going to have a lot of spell bonus milks. This is going to be where all that cherry just gets completely capitalized on for gigantic spell bonuses.
Once dialogue is over.
Reading
Yeah.
the dialogue is very important. No, he skipped it. So,
this one is officially that now. In that case,
if he bombs
So
here,
yeah, you're gonna see him bomb twice on this spell. I mean on this non-spell, and Assault on Mechanic, or you can also see him that he's using Focus Bomb because the Focus Bomb square can be used to cancel bullets directly at your source. And that's a ton of bullets if you go close to Yuyuko, because if you go close to Yuyuko, she'll actually shoot a ton of bullets out, probably to like prevent any potential safe spots. But if you bomb cancels them, there's a ton of star items, and although star items collected during a bomb are not worth much cherry plus, they're still worth the same amount of score for Sake B at least. So those bombs are worth a ton of score. You can see his score rise by I think 7 to 8 million during each bomb.
oh yeah. Oh no, that's bad.
Oh, no, he canceled it early. Oh, yeah, I just lost the border.
Yeah, that's how easily you can lose like an entire border bonus. And as you
Honestly,
see,
it's
that's
better than timing out the spell, because that Focus Bomb strat forces you to cancel the spell at the non-spell at the very, very end, and that just risks timing it out. And timing out an attack in this game is like one of the worst possible mistakes you can make, because it just destroys your cherry value.
yeah, it drops by a quarter. Oh
Yeah.
god.
Oh, we can
no.
make the.
What was he doing?
No,
I
it's
think
difficult,
he was fast enough to go back to the top.
Yeah, but he died to green wave.
SP0 out of stage 2.
yeah. So now we can
Yep.
see how long this stage 6 boss is by comparing it with SV0's stage 3 run.
Yay, the cool stage.
Yeah, unfortunately died here, so you won't be seeing a spell bonus here, but yeah, hopefully we'll see some spell bonuses later.
Yeah.
Please do not game over.
He's on Zankichi, which is, well, maybe not true Zankichi, but it's almost Zankichi. It's basically Zankichi.
Okay, do not do the death border, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good time you mentioned this, but Yuko also has a fan in this game that that you can shoot to damage her or gain Cherry Plus. And although damage to the fan is only deals you deal reduced damage if you shoot the fan, but it's still useful from dealing damage to Yuko from anywhere you want, so you can focus on grazing.
Here, this spell you just spin around, and this is the hard version, but.
Yeah, there's an easier version where you start in a different spot, and that makes your restreams easier, but Yu-suke is starting in a different position that allows him to do more aggressive restreams and basically go back to grazing the stream of butterflies earlier.
So the reason why this milk works is because the butterflies themselves are static, and the only thing that changes are these bubbles which are aimed directly at you. So if you can position yourself to do these restreams, then no. Top. We are starting off a bit light here, though. These first two spells don't give nearly as much score as the next spells, and So,
Suppose on Bunraku, let's see how that goes. Oh no! The time
Oh
down!
my.
no, that's so
no!
bad. Yeah, if you'll see what his cherry value is when he gets his next border bonus. Which is gonna get a next border bonus. That also means he gets no. Didn't get a cancel, so he can't get this next border.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure if he can.
So.
Oh yeah, another thing about Yuko is that
he's bombing from it.
Yeah, another thing about Yuko is that when you cancel by ending an attack, she actually turns all turns all bullets into cherry items instead of star items, so it makes it very easy to get borders.
They're
Normally you're gonna get
items.
They're only.
Oh, okay, nice death border.
I think he did that.
Okay, let's explain this bug. So what he did just there was to get a border during the death process, and then break the border at the same time. And what that does is it interrupts the code for processing your death. More specifically, when you die, yeah, we should have explained this graze. Yeah, you can graze with lasers like that. Anyways, death border. So, when you die, a few things happen. First is that you shoot out a bunch of power items, or if it's a game over, you shoot out a bunch of like these F items that instantly get you max power, and then and at the same time you also lose your spell bonus. But by doing the border break during the middle of the death animation, he interrupts this process because like what's supposed to happen next is that you respawn in the middle and your life count gets decremented. But the border break like interrupts the death process, so the later two parts of that of the death process don't happen. So basically, he died, but like his life counter didn't go down, and he is able to collect those F items and like get actually max power. And the useful part about the death border is that because the get rid of your spell bonus part has already been executed, the next time you die you actually will not lose your spell bonus. So this can be thought of as a safe strat, because you can die on the spell. On the next time you die on the spell, you will not lose the spell bonus.
Honestly, I can't believe we're actually seeing that in a TWC.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
How strict is the timing for that?
Practicing it on his stream, so I was expecting this kind of.
I mean, it was showcased last year also,
or 2 years ago.
At some point. I think I remember seeing it last year.
The timing
actually.
for this is actually not that strict as Sakuya B. If you can find some aimed bullet to hit you. But as Reimu B, she has longer death bomb iframes, so that actually makes it very difficult to time this death border trick. But Sakuya B has very short death bomb windows, so it becomes very easy to time it. Anyways, yeah, this is the largest spell bonus in the game. You can just stream all these aimed bullets.
Yeah, Hirokawa, aka what Silent Celine should have been named. SilentCeline.com, by the way. Just putting that out there. Shameless promotion of something that's not even my own project, but
So unfortunately, because his cherry is like in the gutter, we're not going to see an insane spell bonus. Like I don't even know if it's going to crack 100 million.
Yeah. How much cherry did he lose due to the timeout?
I think something like. Wait, what's 1.5 divided by 4? That's like...
let's call it 400k.
Yeah, something like that.
Aww.
Yeah, only 90 million. Like, if not for the timeout, you would see like a 120 million spell bonus. Yeah. Anyways, this spell... You can see him doing a bit of border grace at the beginning, and then... This spell has a ton of HP, and if you shoot unfocused the entire time, you can actually get a second border out of her HP.
Yeah. It's very difficult to do, though.
Yeah, Sakuya B is very tricky because you have to occasionally shoot the fan. Yeah. Because the fan deals less damage to Yuko. Or shooting the fan deals less damage to Yuko.
Yeah, like, so... We haven't been able to talk about shot variation yet, and, like, one of the main shot variations that you may see is the fact that, like, the amount of Cherry Plus that you gain per unit of damage can vary widely between each shot. The shot that gets the most C+ per unit of damage is Marissa A, followed by, I think, Reimu B,
Yeah,
followed by
Ring B.
Sake
Well,
B.
I guess technically Marsa B is the highest damage shot type because of the bug.
Yeah. The bug.
Anyways, there's actually a great strat on this spell where you can like misdirect 2 consecutive waves. What the fuck was that dodge?
Yeah,
You
that
can
was
misdirect two consecutive waves and then have them both like aim around you if you go into the middle of the places they aim. Also, Yu-suke goes for this incredibly precise counts that no one else goes for that gives a tiny bit more score. Okay, Resurrection Butterfly. So this is gonna be actually a massive spell bonus too, because those bullets are actually stacked on top of each other.
He lost a lot of spells though, so...
Wait, hold on. How many spells did he have? I did not see his cherry counter, or cherry plus counter.
Don't remember.
Anyways, yeah, you can use your border items to
I know he
raise
lost more than one spell throughout the game though, so his route's gonna have to be a little bit scuffed.
Okay, this is 16 spells. This is actually 4 spells less than what's in... No, 5 spells... Wait, no, yeah, 4 spells below what's intended, so... Yeah, normally you want to time your border a bit earlier than this so that you can iframe graze through the blue bullets as they're spawning, but unfortunately because he lost a bunch of spell caps, he's gonna get his border a little bit late due to the cherry items being worth less.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. Oh my god, he's doing the third
God.
one. No! Oh, yeah. I don't know why he does this right. It's so bad.
Wait,
Like,
oh, I see. Got the 1400 extend at least.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he didn't die, so...
Yeah, he got
Yeah, this would
clear.
have been a massive
He got
spell
the clear.
bonus. But unfortunately, that were at the end.
Yeah,
And we have another stage 4 run
3-1-5.
going on.
3-1-5. It's a strong run for a tournament, but it's not a strong run for this particular player. Like I know that Yu-suke definitely wants to get a better run in than 3-1-5, but still, it's a very strong run. Meanwhile, Spo is entering stage 4. And
I think like there's only been around like 10 players in the world who have a 3 billion or above, and like much fewer who have much less than 3.1. So like 3.1 in an absolute sense is still an extremely good score.
yeah,
SPs are on stage 4 opener.
it's we should probably talk about how a lot of people seem to have, I don't know, it seems to be to me that the community has a love-hate relationship with the opener, and he failed the thing.
He failed. Yeah, basically what was supposed to happen is that he was supposed to get his cherry plus to like 49k, and then have 1 cherry item remaining on the screens, and then he collects the cherry item right as it's about to leave the screen, and get a border at the very end. However, SP0 does have a good backup for this.
He's supposed to do this grace on the earlier fairies.
Previously, yeah.
Why is he timing it down, though? That's weird.
No, he has a backup for this, where he basically uses a bomb in the later section.
Okay, fair.
And yeah, this is another section where Sakebi's aiming is useful for collecting all the items. It's not like important, but it does make this section easier.
Wait, did Yu-suke actually name his replay Sorry?
Oh my god, I think he did that in 2020.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is the backup bomb.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he will like emit the bomb on after Lily, or if he'll emit the bomb on the Prism Reverse fight.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, okay,
Oh my
okay.
god. Okay,
well,
yeah,
I guess he recovered his bombs in that case. That's something, but also his C plus is low, or is it? Yeah, it's C plus is low. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, he fixed it with
nice.
a bomb, so...
Yeah, it's
49.
just barely enough, or barely did not overshoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, stage 4 is unfortunately a stage that is very unforgiving to mistakes, because the border routing is very different from down other stages, and it's like sort of very sensitive to like where you got your previous border. So if you get one border in one place, it's very hard to get the next one in the right place.
Yeah. Like there are mistakes that are less bad on stage 4, like to make the run continuable. Other mistakes, yeah, that's an instant reset, like breaking instantly on the intro, for example. That would be an instant reset. Which I should probably say that the intro the intro done properly is worth 120 to 130k at these players' level.
Also, that mistake that he just made is actually happening in his PB.
Oh, okay.
His PB actually had like a kind of bad train wreck in stage 4, so like kind of shows that if he had cleaned up those mistakes, he would be getting a much higher score.
All right. Let's see what Yu-suke gets on Ye Olde Frost columns again.
Also,
But
this
also-
section is also made. Sake is also used for this section because for aiming can like shoot these enemies down from multiple sides.
All right, Frost columns. How much? Yeah, bad.
21.
He got bad RNG, so 21.
All right.
Also, this
how
is
you
the
get
border that Yu-suke failed to get earlier. Yeah, he can tap stream these red bullets because they're aimed at you.
Oh,
And he's
Kana?
also gonna spawn graze the remaining bullets from the last fury.
Kinda.
One thing to note is that SP0, well, at least his intended route is to enter this stage with 8 spell caps, but Yu-suke only enters with 6, and with 6 spell caps, it's extremely hard to get some of these borders. 6 is the bare minimum you need to do the stage 4 route.
Did kind of want to say something?
No. I just mentioned the border. He got it this time
Yeah.
compared to the
Yeah, he
other
got it.
one.
Very good.
All right, now for the cool Merlin opener. I've always loved this strat, which I'm assuming SP0 will do.
Yeah. $365k, damn. 365k is actually a pretty high stage section. Oh yeah, I like this. I like this. That gives so much if you do it near the top.
What's worth to note is that SP0 like stops grazing Dispel after the border, while Yu-suke continues to graze it because he's insane. Wait, isn't he supposed to bomb it?
Pause to think.
I think the optimal choice in this scenario is just to skip the border on this non-spell and
Yeah,
try to continue.
that's what I would say also.
Yeah, he was supposed to bomb the previous non-spell and then get a border at the start of this non-spell.
To be fair, he's also down a bomb, so yeah, that kind of.
Wait, is he down a bomb? I think this is intent. No, I think this is actually. No, I think this is actually the right number of bombs. Yeah, I think this is the right number of bombs. He's supposed to enter Prison Rivers with 2 bombs in stock.
You bombed the Death Fairy though.
No, before the Death Fairy, you actually should have 3 bombs. So with SP0's route, SP0's stage 4 route actually finds a way to save a bomb in the earlier part of the stage 4 because with using the extra spell cap.
Okay.
Yeah, SP0 actually uses a less aggressive route in the early game, but its main benefit is that it's 1, much easier, and 2, it gets 2 extra spell caps, and those 2 extra spell caps will make his stage 4 route better.
Let's see what he's come up with.
Yeah, I think he's just
made a
gonna skip
plan.
this border.
His Prism River theme is better than Stage 1 theme. Switch back, goddammit.
Okay, so what I wanted to point out with this spell earlier, but before the thing ended. Oh yeah, another thing to mention that we didn't see on Yu-suke's, because Yu-suke had a different route, is that when those notes are transforming into the arrowhead bullets, there is actually like a you can actually go through them without dying while they're transforming. You can go through the bullet cloud.
Yeah.
I think SP0 normally tries to cap this spell, but I think either his Cherry Max is too low, or he got scared and bombed out, because when he bombed it, there was a pretty scary bullet that he had to dodge.
I think he like tries to cap it nowadays, but for TWC he reverted to the quote-unquote easier route. Which,
this easier route
which forfeits the spell cap for an extra border.
Another main downside of the bomb route is that you lose more cherry. But though that's only really relevant at like 3.7 billion level.
Yeah, that was a suicide.
Yeah. Anyway, the real reason why that spell 1 is so evil is just because, although it is just streaming, there are so many stray bullets that it becomes extremely dangerous to try to optimize Graze on. It is a very difficult spell, very risky. I see these players die to it all the time. It's just tough.
Yeah, it's deceptively difficult to grace that spell.
Yeah. Wrong game, Rivers.
Alright, so we talk about item cap for the next spell.
Well, bullet cap, I guess
Bullet
it's
cap.
related to the bullet cap.
Mm-hmm.
Item cap to my knowledge is not really that relevant. It's more so in the bullet cap, because
The bullet cap.
a little known mechanic in this game is that like when you bomb cancel a bullet, it actually will still continue to count towards the bullet cap for like a little bit less than a second after it gets erased. So that means that you actually have to cancel a bunch of bullets like near the end of the bomb, so that you do not hit the bullet cap when the next wave is spawning in. If it hit the bullet cap, you'll like delete all the yellow bullets and you'll get very little graze.
There we go, going
nice,
inside
that's
the flower
green.
petal.
Nice.
Inside the
Yeah,
flower petal,
completely go
like a
outside.
boss.
Yeah, that strat is really hard. They only go inside the ring on the last wave because, like, to minimize the loss from breaking the border early.
Okay.
There's also a grace that we didn't have time to explain earlier, but you can like line up the bullets by moving to the left at a very specific height while the bullets are spawning. Afterwards, there's not much to dispel other than just shooting unfocused.
1345 into 1448, so 103,000 on the Sandorfer.
That's pretty good,
Yeah.
especially with only like one. It's going into the ring only once. Yu-suke like usually gets like 120k, but that's because he goes into the ring like on every single border and does a more aggressive open graze.
Oh yeah. Alright. And then one final border on this spell, and spell is actually, despite the hiccup at the start, he's actually on really good pace.
Yeah, he's like way ahead of Yu-suke's pace right now.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Yu-suke's
check
pace for
the
the
splits
one that he
later.
had, rather.
This spell is scary.
Oh yeah. Thankfully he doesn't time it down, giving us a heart attack. So, what kind of pace are we looking at? Just checking for a run that's...
I'll have to wait
nice.
until like the stage bonus comes in.
I usually just go by cherry when looking at paces. At least until the final stage. Taking a breather, very, very good. You have the time, but not an infinite amount of time.
Well, judging based on the mistakes I saw, like assuming he didn't make any mistakes in the early game, I think this can still get like 3.7 billion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is looking like a solid 3.7 pace run, actually. Audio back on Yu-suke.
Yeah, SP0 likes to take pause breaks to calm down.
Yeah. But in the meantime, let's watch Lingering Cold. Despite the RNG that can just snipe you at any moment, I still enjoy Lingering Cold.
I hate it.
I find it like okay. I don't hate it that much. I also I also don't enjoy it that much.
Like, it's bullshit RNG, but it's also stage 1, so it's like, who cares? At least until at least it's who cares until you're stuck in prison for an hour and a half straight. Which can very easily happen in any Touhou game.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, bombed, and then get a good cancel.
Star items.
Also, because he's stuck in stage 1, there's actually a subtle trick he uses to align his position for the final spell. You can see him like go to the bottom, to the right side of the screen to make sure his to align his position basically, and then he's gonna only move without only on focus and no diagonal movements, and that will allow him to set up his horizontal position for that breeze.
Yeah.
The horizontal position on that strat is very precise, so being able to consistently position yourself horizontally is very useful.
Okay, and second border. Right there. Well, second bomb rather. Into second border. Raise laser some more.
Oh.
Ah, damn.
Ah, unfortunate.
So continuing.
Spell continuing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bruh.
No, Letty.
The declare bonus.
Letty's evil.
That is evil.
I said evil.
1459. Yeah, he's on a solid 3.7 pace run.
Yeah, I think he's actually maybe even get 3.8.
Wow.
Yeah, it could be 3.8 pace actually. There is a possibility there. Let me look at his most recent PB.
Okay, so we're gonna see the intentional death here, and then the full power clear.
Yeah, he's a solid, what, 80k
Yeah, a lot of
ahead of
suicides.
his PB. He's 80k cherry ahead of his PB actually. About even in score, but 80k ahead in cherry.
Yeah, I think he might be 1 or 2 lives behind, right?
No, these are good resources.
No, but no, I'm pretty sure that backup he did on the first spell makes him down to life. Or maybe he died in his PB as well. I'm not sure.
I don't know if he actually goes for the cap even. Like either way
He does.
Okay, because either way, I think you want to suicide before it anyway.
Yeah, but with the
depending on
first spell bomb route, you suicide twice, whereas with the first spell cap route, you only suicide once.
I guess. Well, he has the same resources as his PB. Anyways, so yeah, this could be PB pace for spell.
Also want to point out it's very important for these players to stay really high on the screen when grazing those bullets, because if you're too far away, you're going to get less graze.
Also, yeah, you can see the iframe escape that we were talking about earlier.
I think this match kind of escalated quickly, didn't it?
Yep.
Because we had Yu-suke's full game run, and now we have Spo's run, but he's on PB pace also. Just really hope a train wreck does not happen.
I think SV0 is actually better than Yu-suke grazing Dispel.
I actually hate when people graze the spell. It actually gives me heart palpitations every time. Just look at what you have to deal with, dude. Oh god! Okay, good.
Oh yeah, we never really pointed out that Yomu's gimmick in this game is that she kind of slows down time, so it allows you to make those really risky dodges. I mean, that's exactly why these patterns are so dense, is take into consideration that gimmick.
Okay, good
All
cap.
right.
Good
All
cap.
right, come on.
Please don't break
do
it.
this, please. So going
Very
all out with
good.
the hexagonal cap.
Nice.
Nice. I think that was 70k from that border, which is a decent amount. This is another section where you're going to see him do a focus bomb to get more star items.
So he enters the boss with 47,000 cherry plus. This allows him to do what Yu-suke wanted to do at first. This is kind of known as 5.5 border. You're gonna see what it means when nerves management is done. When he's done reading the lore. There we go. Alright, so basically he goes up, does some good misdirects, activates, and grazes a bit. Tap, stay still, tap, and break. Now what's he gonna do with that? That's the half border and 5.5 border. See, now he can use a bomb to set up his cherry plus for another border. See,
PCB routes just keep getting sillier with each passing year.
yeah. I don't know if you were paying attention to his cherry counter there, but like those grazes on Yoma's first non are worth an absolute ton.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of bullets.
Yeah. It's like close to 10,000 per wave, which is insane.
And let's hope he does not die on Dispel.
Yeah. That's the
So
caveat.
he can actually bomb Dispel if he gets scared.
Oh, this is
Okay, this-
really nice RNG.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna go for that capture. You can time that spell down for
Oh no, he got his
spell
border early. But it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like as long as he doesn't, die or break, he's good.
And we again see the pattern of bombing twice to get another border.
Yep. So we're 2.5 borders in. Here's the 3.5.
Now we're gonna see like the normal strat that everyone else does that Yu-suke doesn't do, which is where that involves less dodging basically. You get to stand still for more of the graze.
Yeah.
The end was a bit scary because the boss got really close.
Yeah. The amount you get from that graze is also very dependent on how Yomu moves.
Yeah, this, like her, so Yomu's second and third spells are not, I mean, well, the only infamously difficult spell on Yomu is honestly the first one, but, like, honestly, you can pretty easily get trolled by either of her, by like any of her spells.
On this spell here, you can actually get some extra cherry plus by damaging Yomu in the bottom right corner, because you can shoot at her then when she's starting her attack.
Yeah, another part of C plus management right there is that like this is not just a thing in PCB. This is universal for all games. But bosses, when an attack starts, they usually have a small window of basically invincibility, where you can just like keep shooting them for more, whether it be cherry plus, time, or green items. It's good. So that was basically what he was doing there. But now he has to dodge. He has to dodge. And good. Capped it. Now, final spell. Very scary one, but as long as you're aggressive, you should be fine most of the time, I hope. Why did you go for that gap, my guy? Okay.
I think it's because he's trying to dodge near the side so that he can misdirect Yomu's next wave and get raised more easily.
Fair enough. That was scary. That was horrifying.
You can get one more border, right?
Yeah, he can.
Nice.
It's usually, I think he has his cherry plus is enough to get the border during the spell, and that lets you get grace during the border and get more cherry max. But it's also okay if you get the border from the cancel, because you might not get any extra cherry max from gracing, but you can still get the border bonus, which is valuable. Nice, got the border before the cancel.
Okay, this is terrifying.
Honestly, SP0's way of dodging this spell is way less terrifying than the way Yu-suke does it, because Yu-suke, like, SP0 pretty much tries really hard to do all his dodging during the slowdown, but I often see Yu-suke like continue dodging even after the slowdown, and it just gets so scary watching him dodge all those fast bullets.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see that 19 million spell bonus.
Okay.
So clean stage 5.
Yeah, just take a breather. Everyone else also take a breather.
I'm taking as many as I can.
Yeah. Like, we don't... I think we've established that we don't have the personality types to hypecast, but I'm kinda nervous right now for this run.
Taking a look at the splits, it might be like 3.85 pace?
Yeah, I think this is solid 3.8 pace.
Yeah. 3.85 I'm not sure about, but 3.8 could happen.
Y'all want hype casting? All right, chat.
You know,
start spamming your jewels.
Actually,
Alright, it's time. Page 6. Oh my god.
yeah,
What have you done to the chat?
Wait, this actually... Yeah, this is like mid 3.8 pace.
Yeah.
I think his PIV is pretty high right now.
Yeah, his PIV is 100k ahead, and his score is 30 mil ahead of his PV. So this could very well happen. Oh god, no!
Oh, please. Oh,
Okay, good.
Okay, that's
He got
kind
the
of...
items, though.
That's okay. Okay, yeah, so basically on that section, you're supposed to bomb to get a border right away, and then you actually break the border twice, and that's to recover your cherry value.
Yeah.
The focus bomb also gives you a ton of star items, which are worth a ton of score when there are that many bullets on screen.
He like, so what happened there was I think he broke his first border a little bit too early, so he couldn't get the second border in time. So like he had to bail down and like just hope that a cherry item fell on him, which thankfully
We still
happened.
lost a lot of items though.
Yeah. Would you say it's still possible?
PB, you mean?
Yeah.
I think this can still PB.
Yeah.
I don't think he lost that many items. Or actually, he did lose some cherry max because you're normally supposed to get the border at the start of Yomu's first non, but he instead got the border like before that.
Yeah.
I think that's like 50 million lost. I think this can still. This might PB.
It's PCB. This is a game of miracles.
And TWC is an event of miracles. And look, he even has a safety bomb, but I don't think he's gonna use it anywhere.
So one thing I don't think we mentioned is during a bomb, your grace counter doesn't go up, but you still get score from the grace.
Yep. That's why you might have seen them graze during their bombs.
Yeah. Maybe I should start doing that. Maybe I should start doing that.
So he's actually grazing some of the defense bullets over here, I guess.
Yeah.
So the bombs aren't not just for the star item score, but they're also the later two bombs also let you get a second border on this non-spell.
I hope.
It looks good, yeah. Then just shoot a bit after the bomb, the border,
Yeah.
the bomb.
Oh no,
That's
this
late.
is really bad. Yeah.
That's late.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he's supposed to get the border right after the bomb ends, but
Yeah, he has to skip it on this spell now.
Yeah, so
Yes.
he basically lost the border bonus. I don't think just on PB anymore. Losing a border bonus in this game is generally worth like a little over 20 million, if excluding the grace. If you include the grace, it's going to be a bit more than 20 million, depending on how much grace you can get during that border.
Yeah. There's still hope, like, and obviously this is on pace to get first place by a lot. So we'll just have to ride it out and see what happens, I think.
Can he reach 2 million PIV?
I think he can.
Yeah, I think he can. Yu-suke died to Bunraku.
He broke the border on the mid spell as well. Mid-non, sorry.
Yu-suke actually does a harder grace than everyone else on the mid-non, and yeah.
Actually, I talked to Satis a couple of years ago, and like, of course, it's way after like all of his replays got deleted. But I talked to him, and apparently he did that different grace also in his 3.2.
That's with the Rainbow B?
Yeah.
Alright. So we're going to see the
It is
regular...
static, so it technically can be consistent. Yeah, SP0 recently started incorporating the alternate spin route as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously this is the difficult version, as we said. The easier version, in my opinion, is probably the easiest way to capture the spell. It just takes some learning, which is why LND players don't do it.
Yeah, I'd say that the normal spin strat is also the easiest way to capture the spell.
I feel like it gets a bit scary on the right side when you're doing the restream, but it is definitely easier than bottom.
You spun in your LMDNR based.
It might seem like there's like a very complex route going on, but the route really isn't that complex. You only have to like spin around and then learn 2 alternating sets of restreams.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay, please don't time it out. Don't time it out.
He has 1 pixel of HP, I think he's... yeah. Wow, 39 million, that's insanely high.
Oh yeah.
For context, the world record, 4 billion, only got like 37 million on that spell.
Yeah. All of that is possible because of his insanely high cherry. It's at 1.8 million right now, which of course, as a repetition, means that every point item he collects is also worth 1.8 million. His border bonuses are 18 million, and of course his SCBs shoots to the sky very fast. Also,
yeah, we didn't have time to explain this grace in much detail last time because I was busy explaining the death border that Yu-suke did.
I guess it's kind of a repeat of Kana strats in a way, because you know you're
lasers.
Yeah, you're hugging curvy lasers and you get a billion grace from it.
I guess we can mention
the beginning of the
disappear for a bit.
Yeah, that's true. During that like red burst explosion, the lasers actually disappear, so you can actually go through that red explosion until the butterfly spawn.
Yeah.
So at the start of the spell, there's like those pellet bullets. I think that's what you're gonna say. Yeah.
No, yeah, I was gonna say at the start of the spell, there's gonna be these Mentos bullets, and at the beginning they're random, but after a while they settle on this slowly rotating sequence, so you can memorize or develop a consistent strat to dodge the blue bullets while also grazing. Though at the beginning you will have to react to the randomness. And yeah, 100 million spell bonus.
Yeah, 104
Unfortunately,
that's also SCB breaking. Yu-suke...
Yeah, there's a bug in this game where the spell card bonus in the top of the screen will actually bug out after 100 million. Unfortunately, we did not see a very high spell bonus during Yu-suke's run because he timed out an attack and that destroyed his cherry.
Yeah. So, Spo also on Retirement Non. Everyone knows and loves Retirement Non.
Why is it called Retirement Non?
Because it's so easy that if you get hit, you have to retire. Hirakawa.
Oh, one thing I want to point out about Hirokawa, it's one of the few spells where Yuko actually just does not have her fan. It doesn't really mean too much. But...
Yeah, she loses it on retirement non. You could say that she retires the fan for a bit on retirement non.
But she does get the fan back for the penultimate spell.
Yeah.
Also, one thing to know about the spell, the middle, not only is the middle, like, safe spot, like, kind of small, you also have to react, like, how much you have to move based on the angle the aimed butterflies come at.
Yeah.
If you come, like, at a very sideways angle, you have to move more.
Like that. Yeah, he had to bail out.
He went off route.
I mean,
Still
that didn't lose anything because, like...
Lost a little bit. I think normally he would be getting 1 to 20 million.
Yeah. I guess so. Anyways, Sumizome is kind of random, and it's...
Yeah, you can see him doing those, like, 2 misdirects and then graze in between.
It's kind of random, and just because of the random rice bullets, and also Yuko's random movements, which can throw the butterflies off, although the butterflies are static.
Well, they're kind of aimed at you.
Yeah. I mean, they're aimed around you, but other than that, the pattern's static, and this is scary. Yeah, anyway, I do not like Sumizome at all.
I find it pretty fun as Reimu B, but Sakura B's movement speed is, like, very, very bad for dodging this guy.
Christ, dude.
Oh my god. Oh no, I shot too much and lost the border, yeah. It is pretty tight to get the second border.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's just see. Let's just see what RB route he does.
I think he does the aggressive
and
graze.
Also, he's already beaten Yu-suke's score.
Wow, yeah.
Just an insane score.
Yes, 21 spells. This is good for doing this strat.
Yeah,
basically dodges.
We are not hype
dodges this at the top of the screen because he wants to POC the cherry items shortly after they spawn, and that allows him to get his border at a timing to do that. Yeah. From graves through the blue waves.
Yeah. We are not hypecasters, but we want to emphasize how insane this run is.
I'm so focused on the run, I forgot to talk.
Yeah, those point of collects on those red waves is extremely risky and difficult to do, but these players are very skilled, so...
Yeah.
Well, honestly, once you've, like, done this pattern enough, you'll realize that it's basically the same as... No!
That's
that's like 150 million down the drain.
Yeah.
He was trying to do a... He's trying to do a safe strat.
Dude.
Oh no, this is...
it's still a good run.
Yeah, it's still a good run.
Yeah, what he tried to do there was that he was trying to stay at the top of the screen so that he could get the third border more easily.
359.
Damn.
Still
yeah,
insane
I think this would have been 3.7 with... It would have been close to 3.7 without that train wreck.
Yeah, it may have been a high 3.7, but I don't know.
What's sad is that he was staying at the top of the screen and trying to dodge the blue wave at the top because it normally is safer, but Yuko was actually like really close to the center there, so the dodge ended up being like tighter than usual, so he failed it.
Yeah.
Are we okay?
What happened to the ending blocker?
We won't get banned, right?
This is questionable.
This is a bit sketch, but...
I mean, he's blocking the text, which is
should be fine.
He's just eating the text.
Yu-suke.
Wait. Yu-suke's back to doing the like no bomb first spell round.
Yu-suke reverted to the reasonable route, yeah.
Well, they only have 15 minutes left, so...
Gotta get out of stage 1.
Yeah, definitely.
I do hope he doesn't mix up the routes.
Oh yeah, that can easily happen.
Yeah, we've seen both players do that at one point. First you had Yu-suke like forgetting, accidentally bombing an attack twice, and then you have SP0 forgetting a bomb on another. Yeah, this is when you're playing for this long at EC2. to have like brain fart and forget your route, especially when the routes are like disinvolved.
Spo at TWC4, 3.590 with Sakiabi. Extremely strong run.
Yeah, there are only 5 players who have a 3.5 billion or above. I think it's Yu-suke, Naya, Rory, Karen, and SP0.
Karen's run is on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah.
Aren't they commentating on the JP side?
Are
I heard
they?
something like that.
Are they? Is he?
I'm not sure. I just think I saw
It's
something like that.
it's Kusata and PND.
Aw, I was lied to.
Actually, kind of surprised to see PND on comms for Japan though.
I mean, he streams a lot, so.
Yeah, he's a mahjong super now though.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Aisu Lemona? I don't know.
I thought he's an
Lemona
EOSD main.
should join English commentary.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get the traditional timing for this border from Yu-suke.
Nice.
So yeah, because he is so low on time, he of course has to revert to the traditional route. But we don't look at it as any less just because of that. Okay, how many items did you lose here? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I lost count. It looks like about maybe 8-ish.
He also graded quite a few though.
He only lost like 5.
He also graded a few, so it's effectively like. Yeah, it's effectively like losing like 10 items.
Yeah, let's call it 10.
Oh, he actually broke his border out afterwards. That's pretty unfortunate. So that means he also lost the border bonus.
Oh yeah. I mean, spam is just spam. Anyways, Yusuke on Chen. That's not how I do that bomb, but yeah. Because like what you can do after a border is that you can hold X and that like buffers the bomb to immediately after the yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing only in PCB as far as I know. Actually, maybe IN, but I haven't played that.
I know for IN you can buffer the bomb through the dialogue, so you hold X and then hold skip.
I should try that on PCB.
And a bomb right here, nice.
Please start a credit.
Cancel.
Not the time to dwell. You've got 11 minutes left. Go.
Timeout.
The timeout's not that bad, right?
This is not too bad because this is an early game where there are no major like point item or spell bonus milk, so it won't lose too much score. But yes, I think his Cherry Plus is still barely high enough to get the border in the right timing.
Yeah, like he can still get the border in the right timing.
Also, this is another example of
from personal experience. I think if you break this border, then an unfocused Kim on Tonko is enough to get back on track. And like they have to unfocus Kim on Tonko anyway, so it should be fine maybe.
One thing cool.
I think he's fine, but like he might have to be at the mercy of like the cancel RNG.
So what's the cool thing you were gonna mention?
Oh, I was gonna mention that like on that wave where Yusuke had the border, he was actually following the bullets, like moving with them upright in order to position himself or something.
Yeah, that's just there's another strat that SP0 uses, and I think it's generally more popular. The spell is not static. He has a random component that like isn't fully understood yet.
Hopefully that's enough.
Yeah, hopefully.
We can't see his cherry blossom.
Yeah, because the character fucking blocks it.
Yeah.
Gotta open up Spoiler AL and check what the Cherry Plus is.
Just open up Cheat Engine during TWC, let's go.
And let's see here. If you ever, there we go, 42?
Should be fine. Yeah,
I
he
guess
should be
like
fine.
barely
a little
enough.
bit
He should
late
be
order.
fine because he has 6 spells.
Does it rely on a 4th cherry? Oh wait, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. Occasionally you get intros where you have to rely on a 4th cherry item, and
Yeah.
it's not fun. He kept shooting before bombing there. That's risky.
I mean, it's kind of necessary if you go for the late border timing that Yu-suke does.
Fair.
Yeah, Yu-suke gets his border slightly later so that he can continue grazing the green wave after the spin, but that makes the second border hard to get.
3,
And the
2, 1, perfect.
Yeah, the health bar management and the non-spell timer is really precise, and I think it's really cool how like all of it is basically used for that extra border.
Oh
no!
god. He can still
this
be
is
on track.
okay, he can still
Can
recover, yeah.
get the border though. Yeah, can still get the border pretty nicely.
Yeah, he entered with he actually entered with 49k, so he's in a very good position for that. Still an unfortunate death.
Yeah, this is the crazy
This,
graze Yu-suke does. This pattern gets dense over time, so Yu-suke actually waits his border out so that, or waits his border activation so that he can graze while it's denser.
Yeah.
Most players graze it while it's less dense because it's easier.
Yeah. That said, this non is basically static.
Yeah.
Like it's still
However-
it's still dependent on Alice's movement, but other than that, it's static.
However, the graze isn't the only thing that gets harder because the late border timing forces him to cancel late, and that means he has to collect items more aggressively on Dispel.
I hate Bunraku. I hate Bunraku so much.
Then play Marissa.
Why? Why?
Marissa just fucking demolishes the dolls, and you barely have to dodge anything. Both Marissas.
Both of them? What?
Oh yeah, did we
Marissa be
mention that
unfocused
this,
actually demolishes the dolls.
Did we mention that this spell actually has a bug where you can
Yeah.
just die?
Yeah. Basically, like if you are in the like field of a laser, which is inevitable because Lamau random BS. If there is a small likelihood that it just insta kills you despite the laser not spawning yet. How was that border timing? It looked.
Oh, I guess that technically covered his route.
Yeah, I think that break may have been intentional just to be able to get this border correct.
Yeah, maybe.
Basically,
Yes, sir. It looks
basically
intentional.
sacrificing a border bonus for something that arguably gives slightly more than a border bonus.
Yeah, PCB is the type of system that is really strict, but it is also simultaneously flexible.
Oh, yeah.
And Yu-suke and Spo were both really good with their backup routes. Really good.
Yeah, like backup routes in general, it's related to. Oh Jesus! Spam 3.91 pace. He was actually 3.9 pace.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was about to say.
Actually, no. Knowing SB0 is probably like 3.8999.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, it was 3899 pace. My bad. Anyways, we are coming up on final run soon. Will Spo start another run, or will he retire? Please, I'd like to see another run.
I'd like to see the laser shot type.
Oh yeah,
used.
Yu-suke is practicing stage 4 opener, by the way.
I loved practice taps, dude. Anyways, I think Spo may have had an actually like proper Alice in his run, but we missed it. So you focus bombed at a specific timing in order to just graze this entire ring. It's very cool.
10k. Nice.
Yeah, 10k. The maximum you can possibly get is like 15k from that graze.
Getting 15k requires you to time your border like slightly earlier, but that also makes this more luck-based because you have to make sure Alice doesn't move away. You have to make sure Alice moves away fast enough.
You also can't just plant yourself in the spot. You kind of have to dash up into it.
Yep. So that you graze Fury Bullets before the border starts.
Yeah.
There's a graze on this spell because it is static but randomly rotated, so you can memorize the path to graze all the bullets.
Yeah.
Yu-suke does a very aggressive variation.
Orleans is still bad though. I hate Orleans. Honestly, I hate the entire Alice fight, but
I have to disagree with you on that one. I actually think that Alice's fight is really cool because of how much you can actually do on it. I really like Spell 2 in particular. I like the doll mechanic and how it just gives you extra cherry items to work with.
yeah, Russian
I like
Russian
this
dolls
fight
is
as Lucky
yeah,
because
Russian
of how
dolls is
much-
pretty unique.
I actually like Alice's fight a lot on Slakebi because of how many routing options you have.
Yeah.
Fun little tidbit about staying at the very bottom right. That's actually consistent because that fairy will always fire it in a way where there's like a safe spot underneath it.
Yeah, the height of that bottom fairy is always the same, but the horizontal position is random. So the height is like just high enough so that you can survive by staying just below it.
Yeah. So I wanted to add also to your mention that about like just Sakuyobi Alice in general. Alice is what kind of makes Sakuyobi very unique in this game because it's where her biggest resource dump is located, and just like the other shots just can't do that resource dump, really.
Yeah. The bombs just allow for so much cherry plus gain.
Yeah.
The other shot types only get like 5 borders at most, but Sakuyobi can actually get 9 in total if everything goes right.
Yeah.
And this is also just generally why Sakuyobi scores the highest, because although she clears with a lot less lives and captures a lot less spells, it's just if you have more borders and you get a lot more point item value, it just makes up for it completely.
Oh yeah.
It's the magic of point item value.
Yeah. The magic of exponential increase rather than linear increase.
And without caps, like no reachable cap, I guess.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see that really cool
technically-
strat on Spring Kyoto dolls?
Yeah. I hope so. So
Please do it. Please do it.
So about the cap, technically there is a cap. It's 10 million, but it's impossible to reach.
Have fun reaching.
Yeah, not
that,
even
yes.
Task gets it. The Marissa 8 Task gets like a little over 4 million.
Yeah. So like even the task can't even reach halfway.
Anyways, yeah, there's a spin burst at the end of. Oh no, this is really bad. Basically, you have to time your border at a very specific timing, and I think he
Yeah.
timed it late. Now he has to cancel the spell during the border, which is bad.
Okay. He recovered a bit. He just has to.
I think he might
Unfocus.
just skip the border on this spell.
Probably.
No,
No, he's
doing
not.
it. Doing it.
Oh, yeah, isn't this like literally luck based though? Because I don't.
Just barely. Oh god.
This spell can get pretty scary for survival because those yellow bullets can clump up and wall you.
Okay.
Barely gets the border well.
Yeah.
And during your board, you can
Okay.
also... Oh, he breaks it. I guess that's the backup. Yeah, that's a suicide, so that he can enter stage 4 with 3 bombs.
Yep.
Yeah, during the spell, you can actually run around the screen and graze the yellow bullets. It's pretty hard, but it's also really fun.
Okay, so
I think they don't time out.
804k Cherry Max. It's not what he usually goes for, but like also he rivered into traditional routing.
Yeah. This is like 60 million behind what his PP
final
had
round.
entering 64.
Oh.
He's stage
And
4.
Spo had to exit out. Yeah.
I mean, he got a crazy good run.
Yeah. I didn't even notice the timer, dude. The heck?
Yes, yeah, I did not notice that he reset.
So now we're 2 hours in, but we haven't talked about how good the BGM is. We should probably bring that up now.
Best soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Best soundtrack, don't ask me. Also, Yu-suke plays MIDI for whatever reason.
Yes, and he modifies it. It's pretty nice.
Please let us see a successful stage 4 opener.
All right,
This
80K.
TWC.
800k, sorry.
804 into what? Good. Oh, he ended early.
Opposite problem. Yeah, he got too much cherry plus too little.
Yeah.
I would assume too much is better than too little.
Too little is better because you can at least graze, like, you just do the graze but later.
Yeah.
I see.
There's a backup for doing the graze late. Yu-suke doesn't... SP0's backup is to bomb a later portion, but Yu-suke doesn't seem to know what that backup, he just breaks the border. If he gets it late.
Did a single credit actually do it correctly?
I don't think so.
Oh, hi.
Hello, hi.
Yeah, SP0.
So, alright. Now I just want Yu-suke to win. I don't want to win this one because it's awful.
Bruh.
I know that feel.
But his face looks also pretty awful.
Well, he reverted to traditional routing, so...
Oh, he reverted, but I mean...
Yeah, he's basically doing his old 4 billion rounds.
810 is still like pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he missed on opener, so
He graded a bunch of items.
A bunch of
just grade all of the items here?
Unfortunate.
Right, something funny happened on stage 4, so I've died on a pretty weird place. I sometimes die to the second right block, but dying to the first one is kind of weird.
Yeah, Lily, that is pretty bad.
Yeah, I should have never had that happen. So
it's
always possible. It's always possible to recover. There you just bomb twice and you will get basically almost a border. So, but of course you lose a bunch of items. So that's like at least 40-50 mil. But one of the funny thing is I failed the stage 4 openers, the data part of it, and have to do a bomb. So that actually puts me back to the my primary route, and so the rest of the stage was fine. Then got to first round, and again something funny happened. Is you just cancel it early, but so at that point it's like I really don't know what to do. I just paused there and I just was thinking I have 2 bombs, so seems like the most reasonable option is to revert to the old one and just bomb the first that's the border here. So in the end, the rest of the fight, so basically I reverted to the old route, but I got So actually, what was that? I saved a life because this current world is you just save a life. So, but basically, it's actually just like you save a life or skip a border. So, kinda like if you compare to the old one, you lose nothing. Compared to the current one, you lose around 40-50 mil. So actually the stage 4 looked pretty funny. You see many mistakes, but I think I only lost 100 mil there, so it's not too bad. And I got into stage 5. Stage 5 went pretty good. Then so stage 5 is actually pretty much no mistakes. I think I have some border timing mistake, but no major mistakes. And then at the end it should be like I think it was, if I refer to my reference sheet, that was like minus 220 mil plus like 75k plus the life, so it's like 300 total. The 300 total is like something like very low, 3.9. And then again, like a lot of bad things happen on stage 6, but I think at the resurrection butterfly is still around 3.8. So I mean, but before the match was already basically was going like, if I have PB phase, I just play for a PB phase, so whatever. Just when I die at the end, I don't really care about the rest. Like it should have been around 3.65, I think.
I mean,
so,
now that you
but
have
I
a really
don't
strong
really care
run.
about it. Right. It should be around, like, if I just die there, but I like just bomb, don't die again, probably like 3.65. But I don't really care once it's like no longer PB phase. It's just whatever that is.
Right. Anyways, Yu-suke on Prisms.
Okay, so I think in the end it might work well, because given Yu-suke's kind of awful pace, it's not even easy to beat like 3.65. So there's a better chance now. I hope he can win it.
I mean, miracles can happen.
Even the laser grace.
I mean, you
carry
can
the
always
score.
get to, yeah, the laser graze on this spell, so I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but I think what happens is that when the lasers spawn, they don't have a hitbox for a number of frames. Like, it's obvious when you can spin really close to the bullets, that you're actually inside the laser tip, but it has no hitbox at that moment, but you can still graze it. Hopefully
my
it makes
God.
sense. So it's pretty funny. Yes. What was the resource route here? He has 2 bombs. That's pretty
died on
weird.
Lily,
Is
so
he
yeah.
going to bomb? Okay, he's not going to bomb, which I think is probably wrong. At this point, he is exactly the same resources as my run was. So I think the most reasonable option.
Yeah, this is the perfect
best
example of
option
awkward dodging of
is
this spell.
is actually you bomb it twice, because you have 2 bombs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I think
Right, he would've early.
the other option also works. So
I can you tell that we do not enjoy what's it called, live poltergeist. We are Prism River.
yeah.
I am a Prism River anti-fan, but live poltergeist in particular. Jesus.
What about the next spell?
Right. So Alright, next spell is coming.
Bissendorfer is cool.
So the
but
next spell
rest-
is the next spell is the exciting one.
Exactly.
Everyone loves it.
There we go.
Yeah, next spell is Bissendorfer. Bissendorfer is cool, but you've already seen
So that's a
this cool.
suicide for the bombs.
Let's see how Yu-suke does this one.
Starting on 1, 2, 5,
Sorry
7.
with this, he has 1, 2, 5, 7. Alright. I expect like Yu-suke should get around 100k on average, because he's doing this inside the grades.
I think he should get like well over 100k.
Pretty good.
Like
If
110 to 120.
if he get all of the 3 like get inside the ring and flawlessly getting out, she should get like 115 or something. It's a pressing focus. I don't know if it's worth, but
I think it's worth if you
it's
only
kinda
press
hard,
focus a
yeah.
little bit.
yeah.
Oh my god, that late entry scared me.
Oh. Right.
Oh, you can't.
So on this spell,
Wait,
if you,
why is he
you see-
breaking this
so-
one?
So if you want to break this one, because on this roll you have to break. So
Wait, no, he wasn't at max
the one-
power.
he wait, what? He wasn't
Yeah, he
at
still
max
started
power?
on
He's
the
basically
bond, so he
reverted to a
wasn't at max
scuffed
power.
version of your route.
Oh, so you reverted to like a safe version of that. Kind of funny, but the pace is so low that you just don't need to break that where you still have max cherry into stage 5. That one feels like completely wasted.
Yeah, I think Yu-suke kind of forgot
on that-
your route
on that,
does not break the last one.
The inside the ring grades, so the one thing is that you really don't have time to align yourself from getting out of the previous wave. You really don't have much time. So if Lyrica moves up left, which we just saw that happen, if Lyrica moves up left, you have almost no time to align yourself, and it's really easy to, in that case, just instantly break it because you fail to get into a correct spot.
How much did you get on Bissendorfer, by the way? I was multitasking.
I think it was it finished at 135, right?
So about
first-
100.
Yeah, you got around 100k, but that's because the final one is pretty bad. And it didn't even go for higher grades on the first right after the bomb. Got pretty bad grades. Didn't go for the outside and didn't really go for the yellow, so he just played that one pretty safe, and I don't know why.
By the way, SB0, did you see what the Japanese commentators called you?
Oh. It's kind of funny. I don't know.
Wait, what did I call you?
Professor of Consistent Borders.
Oh my god.
So what is this phase? So he was like this was lost 100k? Lost 100k? Oh, no. He was down 100k. Then am I wrong? I think. And like both 2 lives entering stage 5, and this is he's behind around 180 though, I think. That means I think if we get a good stage 6, it should be well over 3.6, maybe 3.7. My mic is so bad. Okay, sorry for that, but I don't really have a good one.
Yeah, I have it at 200%, and
Oh.
it just can't really go any higher than this.
Sorry. Why doesn't the cherry gauge say cherry like usual because Yu-suke does not apply the display bug fix. It's really weird. No one else does it. He just likes the bug display. I have no idea why he likes it.
He knows what his cherry max is anyway, so like it's not a big
But
deal.
it makes it very hard to commentate because you have to wait for a border bonus to appear, but you know what his cherry value is.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
That's pretty funny.
Like on his 3.15, he timed out an attack, and I didn't even know what his cherry was after that.
One equals 15. I don't get why. Okay, I get this. I get what this emote is now, but I still don't.
Yeah, to be more exact, the bug happens because the game like basically uses the number your like highest digits of the cherry value to like know which like part of the sprite sheet to display. But when your cherry value is like this high, the last few digits become like greater than 9, so then it starts reading sort of like garbage values off the sprite sheet.
I hate the strays.
Raising this is scary.
The screens gives me the creeps every time.
Alright, please
see
don't
what he
break it this
gets.
time.
Very nice.
He only got like 65k on that one.
How's his pace looking? That's very high C+. Okay, that's
Oh my God.
really close. That was close. 4983.
Oh my god.
That was absolutely really close. Okay, we should probably mention what could have happened.
496, 498 here. I think because he canceled more bullets. No, he canceled less bullets during the bomb, so he gets like some extra plus a full cancel.
Actually, chat, do you guys want to take a gander as to why that could have been awful? Because we know, but do you know?
It's test time.
Yeah, it's exam time.
Surprise test.
And don't worry, it will only count for 70% of your grade.
Will there be a bell curve?
Alright, here we go. I am wondering if he's gonna time down Hell God Sword.
He probably won't. The old like 6-border route that Yu-suke used to do involved timing that spell down, and that was like by far one of the hardest parts of his route. But the nice thing is that this 5.5 border route is much easier and is worth the same.
Alright, so we got the intentional border break.
Yeah, you lose the border bonus, but it's made up for the fact that the border break recovers the cherry, and you get more cherry max.
Yeah.
Honestly, 5.5 border just sounds so weird, but it's honestly really clever.
Yeah. I mean, I usually say 5.5 border.
Just to confirm, it's not possible to do that twice, right? So like you break a border, get the border back. You can't do it twice.
No, because
there's no known way.
There's not enough HP left.
Alright.
At one point I actually tried doing a similar... Oh no.
Yeah, that was just bad on every
I
conceivable level.
He could have bombed though. Like with the another nice thing about the 5.5 border route is that you can bomb HGS if it gets too scary at the cost of some score.
So alright, you feel the border management here. I did kind of the same, but it was not that bad for me. And he also misdirected Yomu to a weird place. That doesn't quite work well.
Anyways, about the possibility of getting another quote-unquote half-border, I've actually at one point tried getting another half-border out of this non-spell, but it's not really possible.
No, it's not possible.
Yeah, I tried and it didn't work.
If you bomb stuck in here for
Interesting bomb.
whatever.
He doesn't have enough time for another border, so I think
that
was.
And he doesn't have enough cherry plus.
Yeah, I think that was.
It's just that bomb is just for safety.
Yeah, to make this one easier. Wait, you don't get a border on the spell actually.
So now
that's fine. You can just think of it as like moving a border from the next spell to this spell.
Right.
Yeah, fair.
Right. If you actually try grazing this spell, this border will give around the same as you get on the next one. You get around 6k. But he's not trying to graze it at all. So that in the end that becomes some small loss,
yeah,
but it's
I think
not really that relevant.
I think Yu-suke's mindset right now is just okay, fuck this, just get a run in. Just and like don't kill it to random bullshit, you know.
I don't even know if he gets something good in stage 6. I think might still be 3.6. At this pace you will get 2 spell bonuses, 1 border, 14 items. What should the score look like? You get like 55 mil from clear bonus. Get 55 mil from clear bonus and around 35 from the border and the spell bonus. And the cancel, so should be like, if he caps this one, that should be 2.04? Around 2.03, 2.04 into stage 6.
Yeah.
And you should be able to get ways down another life. So it's kind of hard to say because this pace is like really PIV is already very, very low at this point, so I can't even recall the numbers from my head.
Yeah. PCB paces are difficult to calculate on the fly.
Like, you should have like a 1.75 plus at this point instead of have 1.63. Just alone from PIV was like 80 mil difference. You got another life down. It's just like down 110 mil from the stage 6 score. Also,
I hate it when he's dodges after the slow down.
Some huge cancel bombs on stage 6. You got a pretty good cap, so yeah, 2.04 into stage 6, and I think if he gets a good stage 6, he can't get it. But I believe he can't fill any spells.
How many spells has he failed so far?
I have lost the count. I don't even know if so he reverted to the standard rolls as like 7 into stage 4?
Yes.
And he doesn't fail anything other than Helga's Sword, right? Like
yeah, I think so.
Should have like 20 or 21, so it's like the same thing. Yeah, whether you got 20 or 21, it's the same thing.
So like he has 14 now.
Yeah, so it should be like 20. Yeah, that's. Wait.
Bruh.
Okay. Well, then he's gonna revert to just 1 border break.
And he missed a
too high.
And he graded a billion items. What?
Oh my god!
Okay, this is a
like
huge
30,
loss.
40 items. It's pretty bad.
No, you don't even know what his cherry value is because of the bug.
Okay, that's like 1.5. Oh, wait, no, a 0. It's like if you have the 0, it's okay. So 1.6 because
Okay, this is okay.
the PIV is really low. Don't really the cherry loss from bomb is percentage based. If you have a bad pace, the cherry loss will not hurt you as much. If you have a good pace, you should be really careful about that.
Yeah.
Because if you make extra mistakes, they all stack up.
So,
I think what happens there was Yu-suke forgot he moved the border to Yomu's second spell and just like access cherry plus into stage 6 because normally you should get the final border when you're just about to cancel it. Sometimes you fail to get it, you just get it on the cancel. Which both ways should put you around 10k into stage 6 and you have like over 20k. The cancel will give you around 30k if you do it like correctly because you also want the cancel because it gives you raw score from the star items.
muscle memory is a cruel maiden.
Yeah, like he's not supposed to unfocus shot the final spell once he got the border early because you just don't want to get the border from the suicide. That's really bad.
Yeah.
I have no idea if he will make it anymore.
Maybe a really crazy resurrection butterfly.
You have to get like well over 4,000 grace for that to happen.
I mean, he's capable of it.
Actually, let me just quickly check. But the calculation is gonna be pretty weird. So it's just like referring to the 4.1, 4.2 splits and it's already like down huge, like minus 400, 500.
Final run magic?
I hope. Alright, so it says it's around 2.3, so it's down like it's around 530 mil from just the score and lives.
Jesus.
No, okay, we are comparing to 4.2, which is like you're gonna hear these ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, and PIV is like, what is this? It's 250.
Oh my god, the death roll.
250 and I think he also got kind of bad move and RNG there. So okay, wait, he's doing the same thing as I did, and I think he's gonna miss. Oh, he's not missing it. Okay, he's safe. I think maybe I just don't really think about it too much, and I wasn't shooting all the time.
There you go.
I got the border, but it was not in time. That means I did not shoot Yuko enough during between the first and second border.
Hopefully,
rather between the second and third bomb.
On one hand, miracles can happen, but on the other hand, train wrecks can also happen. So let's hope for the best.
I think the pace is like very.
Of course,
very
it's
low.
happen, dude. Why?
Alright. I think the pace at Yuko was very low, 3.6. So I think it's not going to make it. That's pretty sad.
I just realized that I don't think we've seen this iframe grace yet, which is that you time this bar at a specific time and then you can jump out. You got it late and had like
you time it too late. Time it too late, so it was not a good one. You're supposed to just stick to the converging lane.
Oh my god, I always thought I was gonna time it out.
You have the power cancel, so even if it do this very late cancel,
Wait. For a moment I thought he was gonna do death border.
for a second I thought that too, because I mean, his pace is kind of dead.
I actually did it in the first run.
Like, how turbo dead is this run? Is there hope?
I don't think there is hope. It's like miss 3.5 at most, I believe.
4K Resurrection Butterfly.
Not even that can save it. Like the difference between 3K and 4K is only around 30 mil. It's not that huge.
5K.
Yes, that's a very like segmented level.
Oh yes, the fabled 5k RB, here we go.
And I feel like Yu-suke is not doing this grades correctly. Because
Yeah,
every
he's
time,
just unfocused
every
too
time
much.
I think he got around just some low 1.4k.
Team Spirit, please.
I think he's not sticking to the purple lane enough. It's got too far. That's what
Yeah,
I feel
he like
on
shoots
this one.
unfocused. He tried to recover his cherry slightly faster, but like it's not worth it because you lose grades very easily when you're unfocused.
Yeah, the recovering cherry is only worth around 1 million score, so it's the same as like 30 to 40 grades. You see, this one he has very low PIV, so the stall bonus isn't gonna be high. It's still like 31 mil from this one, from the updated strat, is still pretty bad. I think at whatever how bad the run is, we should get around 35 at least.
There's I'm only saying this because I'm bad at PCB paces, but let's hope this run is not turbo dead. That's my only hope. You should be able to at least update, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yusuke also does
did
spawn
you
brave at the
game over?
beginning.
It's like, how do you have like 3.1?
No, he did not game
You
over, but what happened
He
was that
didn't-
he timed down an attack and then like had a bunch of major train wrecks, including one Resurrection
Oh.
Butterfly.
Oh my god.
He also had some train wrecks earlier.
I think I attacked all my run 1 point and saw you on stage 4 and the pace is already pretty bad. It's like below my usual pace, so it's that has to be pretty bad.
Yusuke
Oh,
has
that's the
kind of
restream from the left side.
yeah, Yusuke has kind of weird way of doing
Yeah,
butterfly
nice,
dilution.
100 million. Yeah, for some reason he restreams by going to the left, which doesn't make sense.
Well, it kind of makes sense because when you go to the right, you're supposed to just cut one lane of the main course. Right? So you're supposed to cut one lane, which means I think if you do that, you are almost always going to move more than the optimal distance. So I think it's actually possible, like I get around 230 grades on the low width, but only 210 grades on the high width. So if you can somehow find a way to get more than 210 grades, you get like close to the optimal 230 grades on the high width, then you will get like 4K pretty easily. So I believe that's why it
Yusuke
shows...
spawn braze.
Oh,
Yeah.
did the thing.
Very sexy.
Very sexy indeed.
How much does that gain over just...
Like less than 100 grays. It's
More
so
than,
small.
It's like 350 grays, I think, if I remember.
Well, you can also like do your method, but then like continue grazing around the rest.
Normally you should get around 230. Yeah, it's not that much. It's like a little bit over 100 grays.
And how much is that in SCB terms? Right around
Like 4 million?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's around 30 and around 30k per grade.
The thing is that like Yu-suke's like previous method of this was like it's like more aggressive than your method. So like compared to that, it's
same thing on. Oh, he survived that wave. That's good. I think I moved out too late, maybe.
It does
So
this
that one
like
is, like,
weird
really,
spawn
really,
phase.
really bad.
Yeah, 121. Alright, Sumizome, will he actually got the second border last time. Will he get it again? Let's find out, shall we?
I think I just forgot to look at the Cherry Plus at some point. Because if you do this new pattern, you will be shooting on the fence more than the old one.
What is he doing?
He's doing the misdirect break. Yep. If you do the misdirect on Bubble Whip, you don't have to restream. You just sit there.
Okay.
That's how you get extra grades on this pattern. Time it.
Okay.
But
Little.
now
His timer's pretty low.
What the fuck was the micro?
It has to get it now. It's gonna miss the cancel if he got it. It has to cancel it now, just barely enough time. That's good.
Nice.
Wow, he got the 5 million cancel still.
Here we go.
You can do. Is this enough? Is this enough pace for 3.6? I think it's no. It has. It's not possible. I just remember something. It's like you have a 4 build pace on it, counting the lives. You'll gain around 650 mil if you get around 100 million SCP here. So it's already down like 3 lives. That's like 90 mil gone already. So he's gonna get at most like a little bit over 550, like around 550 mil. So that should put him at somewhere like low 3.5 if he managed to cap it.
Small details that Yu-suke like gets the border while dodging on the left side of the screen, which allows him to get the border slightly earlier because the last few items spawn on the left side.
Now he has to do it because he failed the first spell. He does not have enough stuff.
Oh my god! Why is he doing this strat? This happened last run too.
Bro.
Alright.
I don't know why he does that strat. It's like actually just worse than doing it like going from the bottom up.
Well, look on the right side. He updated.
Yeah.
Alright, this is a pretty sad match. We'll have
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, even with the Resurrection Butterfly Clappy Cap, this wouldn't have beaten the 3.5 million.
Yeah, it's whatever, but well played, sir. Well played, sir.
Well played. Still feel this match is it's kind of lost so many things.
Yeah.
Could have been much better.
Oh yeah.
I still feel pretty funny that my stage 6 entry is like still so far the best I've got. Even though I was like just improv stage 4 the whole time. It's kind of cursed to think about it.
Right.
Yeah, this match was not just a bit of a letdown, it's a pretty huge one, I would say. I was hoping to get like at least 3.7. I hope Yu-suke also get at least 3.7. And we got nowhere close there.
Yeah.
In the streams over the past few weeks, you got like a lot of 3.7s and 3.8s. So,
Like,
yeah.
honestly though, even if you think this match was disappointing, we find it also a little bit disappointing. I mean, the rest of TWC so far has been like insane. So like an off day eventually is expected, right? But I think Chad enjoyed it anyway. Chad, did you enjoy it?
Got to see a lot of new strats, a lot of cool strats.
I mean, at least he didn't get stuck in and out. Stuck in stage 1 for an
any
hour.
runs in? Did he get any runs in with your table turning quiz?
He actually got it 3 times in a row at the
He
beginning.
got 3 times in a row. Oh, so he just after he got one run, he just switched to the old one, I guess.
I think he's still doing it for a bit, but then this last run he swapped.
Yeah, I think he kept on breaking the second border by accident.
So we got an interesting match in a few hours from now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, actually I have to get some sleep because
Yeah, you already seem very tired.
I'll disappear too. See you guys. Thanks for the commentary.
Wait. We got Mountain of Fate scoring. We need to introduce Mountain of Fate scoring, man.
Alright, we'll introduce it first. Let's go.
Okay, so in how long? Like
7 hours?
Yeah, in 7 hours.
No, less than 7 hours. I can't do math. Anyways, it's gonna be soon, 7-8 hours.
Yeah. We got Gnome. He's good. We got Sok. He's the survival behemoth and also good. And we also have the super mysterious dude Tram6xz. I still have no idea who that is. So yeah, look forward to that. Yeah.
And I guess that's our only match tomorrow? Or today? Today? It's today. Oh no! It's our only match left, right?
Yeah, for this weekend. That's the final match for this weekend. It's been a pretty busy weekend, actually.
4 in total.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what you have to look forward to in 7 hours. Please sleep. You need it. Please sleep. But yeah, I think that's probably all for us. I mean, we got our match in, and Spo, do you have anything to say, by the way?
About Moth scoring or
No.
about my match?
Yeah, but
anything.
Well, anything you want to say, really.
Anything I want to say? I will try to get 4 billion someday, but it's really hard, so I have no idea how long it will take. Maybe I don't even know. I think if I can get it before the end of this year, I will consider it super lucky.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Good luck with that.
I hope to see you get it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so about mob scoring, I don't know if I will ever run like that game again because I don't like Marisa hitbox, and I don't like the harder Rainbow B route. So it's really like I can't do anything more than what I did. It's just like get a better speed kills, get a better item collection, which I was thinking about if I can't get 2.19 with just the easy route on stage 4, but it's really tight. Like my sum of best stages is only like 9.4 or something, so and as you know how volatile mob scoring is on the spell bonuses, you can just lose 4 mil really easily over the course, and it's also accounting for like good stage 4 RNG on the first half.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
really difficult. So I kind of think I would just leave my mob score as it is, and we'll enjoy the match just after a few hours.
Great. Mino?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching, chat.
Alright.
Let's look forward to some cool stuff.
Yeah. Kana, do you have anything else to say?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the match in another few hours and get some sleep too.
Yeah. Icterine, it's your commentary debut. Do you have anything to say?
I want to watch off scoring but can't because it's at like 3 AM or some shit for me.
Dang. Well.
Yeah, sorry if I went a bit too hard with the information overload at a few points or started a bit too hard. Hopefully it's bearable.
Feels pretty good, the commentary.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I ever hear your voice.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mystery in the TRC channel for quite a while.
Very mystery. Yeah. But the bigger mystery is still when you do any full runs. It's never.
I've been wondering that too.
I don't know.
Like, what's your summer best, Horby?
No,
like please.
I haven't learned some of the harder routes on like
get,
stage 2 or something.
Oh no, please get like at least a 3.5. So.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think that's all from us. As we said, check this match out when it happens, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.